Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Only a Carpathian would come back to life now and choose New York. Tasty pick. Bonehead.
We were every bit the force. We live, we breathe, we sweat, we paid the price to be the best. Never been about the boys in the office. The boys that have gone out there night in and night out, doing everything they could to be the very best at what they chose to do in their life. Those boys are here tonight.
Well, I must have been away too long because my feelings are dead. I feel no remorse.
I only am who I am because I was born that way. I have a gift, and I am trying to not be selfish about it, but to use it.
My job consists of basically masking my contempt for the assholes in charge. And at least once a day, retiring to the men's room so I can jerk off while I fantasize about a life that doesn't so closely resemble hell.
It's my house, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Grab a dog. I choke him, and I kick the shit out of him. And I all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Go back to bed, America. Your government has figured out how it all transpired. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control again. Here you go, America. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you.
Sometimes shit happens. Someone has to deal with it. And who are you going to call?
Oh, you guys like to tell jokes and giggle and kid around, huh? Giggling like a bunch of young broads in a school car. Well, let me tell a joke.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, the pride those Micks have when they lose a limb. It is the Ron and Fez show, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Earl, I take it you've seen The Departed, and you're feeling like a white Southie right now.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like Willie McGee.
You know, I don't know where that came from. Willie McCovey. You look like Willie McCovey is the odd thing. By the way, Fuzzy, why that song's playing, Eastside Dave, his genetic code kicked in. He couldn't stop himself. And for some reason started a one-man mosh pit in the corner and looked like he got drunk just listening to a song.
Performing the River Dunce.
Boston's best, baby. The drop kicks just give you that instant adrenaline.
He's always telling me that his chick is related to somebody in the band, and he was traveled with them and all these crazy stories.
She's French.
My chick's cousin, who was an American, played the tin whistle for the Dropkick Murphys for like 4 or 5 years.
It seems like I could play the tin whistle. Do you know what I'm saying? It seems like one of those. What was the recorder is what they used to try to teach in 4th grade. The little white recorder.
Everybody got a recorder handed to them.
That's like having the gig in, like, was that the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, where you're just standing in the corner, jumping up and down. Like
the dancing guy in the Mighty Mighty Boss Tone, my favorite guy in the whole band. All right, it is the Ron and Fez show, and going to be an ugly day here today in New York City. You can feel it, Fez.
Yeah, just nasty out. I left without an umbrella, and I'm thinking, do I go all the way back upstairs, or do I just brave the elements today?
These are the things you deal with in your little life, huh? Interesting.
These are the things I have to get to. North Korea now says any sanctions against them for their nuclear testing will be considered an act of war.
You know, I'm at the point right now, Fezzy, where when it comes to North Korea, if they want nukes so much, I just feel like giving it to them. I just don't want another Iraq, and I don't want to turn into one of the hayseed fucking knuckle draggers who yells turn it into glass, but I'm just bored with violence talk. I don't get the gimmick.
So, I thought there was sanctions against them already. I don't know why that wasn't a declaration of war.
First of all, the entire country has to shut off their lights at 9 o'clock. You're not a rich place that we're afraid of. You may be the only place on the planet that doesn't have the ability to watch TV at night.
And we did confirm that that was a nuclear bomb that they did test last week.
And yet we weren't impressed with it.
No. Mike Tyson, he says now that he wants to box a woman.
How's that different from the rest of your life? You've been hitting women for the last fucking 40 years, Mike. Now you want to get paid for it? You know, Earl, what happened with Mike Tyson? I know he owes money, but has he really just become a circus geek?
He's a complete circus geek. Now he has this whole exhibit in Vegas where you basically pay to watch him train, and literally in a cage. It's in this spotlighted area. As soon as you walk in, and there he is.
Kong.
Yes. And he's working the speed bag, sparring, doing the whole thing. He's officially...
And he does a shift every day, huh?
Yeah, every day. It's literally like sun up, sun down.
See, other boxers, other champs would be greeters. Hey, have your picture taken with the champ. You got to put this motherfucker behind bars. And basically, it's like going to a zoo, a Bed-Stuy zoo, is all it is.
Who's worse, him or the guy who gets hit by him every day, who has to go in there?
I can't imagine what junkie that is, who will go in there for 2 or 3 rounds with Tyson. So now he wants to fight women.
Yeah, this is part of his world tour. There's a female middleweight who's won 17 out of 18, 12 by knockout.
The reality is this, though. Dave could hop in, and I kid you not when I say this, because we've tried this experiment many times. We could take Dave, train him for 2 weeks, and he would go in and beat that middleweight champion. We've done this time and time on this show. There's not a woman on the planet that can beat any man on the planet. And yes, this time I'm including Stephen Hawking. I could put Stephen Hawking in the ring with the fucking champ of the women, and Hawking would come out and would probably go the distance, but he still would win the fight.
Hawking would beat Layla Ali.
In a heartbeat. It just happens time and time again.
Maybe if he ran over her feet in that chair of his.
This is my new favorite story, Fez. Scarlett, is it Johansson? Is that her whole name?
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
So it's not Scarlett Johansson. It's Scarlett Johansson.
Johansson, part of the last name.
Yeah, I have a thing where I think her name is Scarlett Joe, and then Hanson.
I kind of like it your way. Scarlet Joe.
Yeah, and it kind of makes it seem like she's part of that Hanson family, which I know you had a little crush on.
Bop. And
I guess Opie did, too, after he booked him that day. That was one of these stranger O&A bookings.
You will always hear Opie talk about how they are a real rock band.
I saw when they were in here, they got the respect. So she's putting out her own album, because, you know, the Hansons can sing, and it's going to be called Scarlett Johansson Sings Tom Waits. And it's just going to be Tom Waits songs.
All right, isn't she going to have to smoke a couple cartons before she can do Tom Waits songs?
Have you ever heard her talk? I don't think she's got far to go. She's raspy and sexy. And I think recently she was voted best tits in the business, which I'm not going to argue that. Best natural tits. We probably ought to make it that way. Earl, how do you think she's going to do with this?
I think she's going to do very, very well. I think there's enough popularity. She can...
And I love the hipness factor. I mean, she could go out and sing any stupid Lindsay Lohan type album and have a hit album and make extra cash. But she's going after Waits. I have a friend who got me a track of this, Fez. So this is Scarlett Johansson singing Tom Waits. Let's see how she makes out on it. I love the orchestration. That's nice. This is the video over here. You can watch her.
Oh, yeah.
She's beautiful.
She's into it.
Yeah. Them titties bounce.
Can I borrow a couple of bucks from you to go waltzing Matilda?
She's great, man. Earl, call the record company. Give them the XM ad.
Absolutely. Perfect ad.
It could ever be up for us to give ads? I don't see why we can't just give ads. Give one to Death Metal Mo and one to Scarlett Johansson.
No one has told us we can't.
Hey, Neil, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, what up, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, the only exception to this rule, I think, is Al Dukes, no?
Al Dukes would beat any woman, even though he's never had a victory and even dropped the fight to Earl. And he still used the fact that he was suffering from the flu. We had a guy in Florida, Billy the Phone Freak. Let's just say a boy that was raised by women. He wasn't what you would call a tough boy at all. Not a strong guy. Put him in the ring with women, and he almost killed him.
Yeah, and an array of women. We put him in against an actual female boxer, the Black Sheep. We put him in against a huge woman, well over like 6'5", 300 pounds, Cora the Amazon.
Destroyed her.
Yeah.
Just fucking destroyed her. And then finally he hit one woman so hard that she didn't get up. And it kind of ruined the whole thing. So you cannot worry that any woman is ever going to beat a man. It just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, it's so this woman, Ann Wolf, that Mike Tyson has challenged.
Ann Hungry Like the Wolf is the banner she fights under.
Her manager has said, there is no way this is going to happen. They're not even going to dignify the challenge.
By boxing a woman, he means he feels like raping a woman, which I would actually pay to see Mike Tyson rape women.
One that he might not be able to get by is if Brooke Hogan, Hulk Hogan's daughter, ever decides to get in the ring.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. The little Hulkamaniac.
The She-Hulk.
Yeah. She's a big girl. How big is she, Fez?
7'4", 560 pounds, from Tampa, Florida.
That's your act. Really, she's over 6 foot, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Going about, what, 240?
I would say. Yeah, because she's thick, too. She's not, like, tall and lanky. She's tall and thick.
Yeah, she's a thick girl.
And she's having some more problems now.
Her dad, let me guess, her dad always acting like he needs to get in the bathroom when she's in the shower? Sorry, man.
So she lost the cover of Prom Magazine. She was going to get the cover of that magazine dedicated totally to prom night.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess she had earlier posed in a bikini for FHM Magazine.
Right.
So Prom Magazine says, listen, we don't want to deal with thousands of parents calling our office saying, this is inappropriate. We're just dropping her from the cover now. She's not going to get it.
I didn't even know there was such a thing as Prom Magazine.
It's very specific. It seems like it could only come out once in the spring.
Well, yeah, it probably does, but it is a huge business now. I mean, these little girls are spending like $800 for a prom dress.
So they're so Brooke Hogan's people, which I guess is Hulk Hogan's people, very upset that she lost Prom Magazine.
How come you and I don't have any people? If Brooke Hogan has people, I should have people. Unless, Earl, are you my people?
Yeah, I consider one of your people.
Call Brooke's people and just introduce yourself. Say, I've got nothing to say to her now, but we just, want to get our people connecting.
People meeting people. Maybe Brooke Hogan could get, like, Giants Illustrated. If that magazine doesn't have a cover, instead of Prom Magazine, she could get Giants Illustrated.
I wouldn't mind saying it. She can get Bench Press Magazine, I think it would be fantastic.
Is there a magazine called Tall People? I know they have People Magazine, and then there's Latino People.
Yeah.
Is there Tall People?
I would think so.
She could get the cover every month on that one.
How about, is there a magazine called Big Girl Eating a Goat? Just where she's eating a live goat? Put her on the cover of that, and centerfold.
Work with me, Brooke. Work with me.
Sell
it. Now really get into that goat.
Oh!
Perfect.
Good, good. Good, good.
So, Brooke Hogan not getting Prom Magazine. Maybe there's a thing like Built Like a Boy's Life. If there's a magazine there, she could get the cover of.
Is there like a Big Girl Eating a Deer magazine? Or am I just staying too much with the one thing, Fez?
Yeah, it may be hard to get those specific issues of people eating livestock.
Oh, good deer.
Poor Brooke Hogan. Maybe she could just be in Bigger Homes and Gardens. Just so they shoot her in her really giant house where she has to live. Really tall doorways.
Is there something called Beanstalk Magazine that maybe she could get into? Don't let this happen to you. Hey, Rich, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, is there a magazine called Chicks with Dicks she could be in?
You know for a fact there is, Rich. You fucking subscribe. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ.
Brooke Hogan taking off the cover of Prom Magazine, but good news, she is getting the cover of She-Hulk.
Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, she might be able to get the cover of Popular Mancanics.
Mancanics. Hey, Randy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Big S307, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Yo, I picked up the recent issue of Sasquatch Fancy. It's great. She's on it. It's great.
Sasquatch Fancy, Fez.
Comedy Pyramid.
Uh-oh, is it?
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Are you ready? Hey, seeds for funny ones? 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. If you find yourself in a red state, wait a second before you call. Think it over and see if it's funny enough.
We need magazine covers for Brooke Hogan, Hulk Hogan's daughter. Things like Cosmopolitan.
All right, so you just went for a wordplay. You followed that other guy's lead, and you ran into the wordplay. Hey, Anthony. Anthony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy boy.
Yeah, think she could be on the cover of Behemoth magazine?
Behemoth magazine. Not bad, Fez.
Special double issue featuring Brooke Hogan.
Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Guns and Amazons.
Guns and Amazons.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Wait, Red Staters, it's not your turn yet. Let the East Coast wet their beaks. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Isaac, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, the Amazonian would be a great magazine.
Amazonian magazine, Fez.
She could get the cover every month there. Our favorite Amazons. There's one.
Jimmy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Gigantism.
Just Gigantism magazine.
Here's one she could get. Architectural Digest.
Because she's tall?
Just be in a building. The size of a building she gets on there.
Because she's tall, Dave. She's so tall. Yeah, doing a fucking callback to something no one remembers, Dave, because you let Hosp take your doll. Marty, you're on Ron and Fez.
Brooke Hogan.
Yeah.
Ski Mask Magazine.
Very nice. Say, she loses Prom Magazine. There's plenty of magazine covers Brooke Hogan could be on.
You know, I walk past these places all the time, Fez. There's just tons and tons of magazines. Brooke does not have to worry. She is going to work. Hulkster's going to see to that. Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how about a Manatee Fair?
Manatee Fair, Fez, because she's a big man-looking girl.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Oh, I feel this son of a bitch building. Seriously, I feel like an Egyptian right now. Just a very funny Egyptian watching a comedy pyramid being built.
Brooke Hogan, is there a magazine cover for her? Maybe she shows up on Radar magazine.
Trent, you're on Ron and Fez.
Girls who look too much like their father weekly.
I would read that. Girls who look too much like their father weekly.
Can my sister and dad get on there, too?
Jimmy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Okay, how about the outdoor edition, Field and Brook?
Field and Brook, Fezzy, rather than Field and Stream. There's so many of these magazines.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Wait, Red Staters, wait. Wait for your turn. Don't go rushing in with something stupid. 866 Ron Zero Fez.
Brooke Hogan, she can make the cover of Entertainment Freakly.
Instead of Weekly.
Yes.
I get it now.
Because she's freakishly tall.
You know what you do, Fez, and you really do it well?
What's that?
Puns. You do puns very well.
Well,
very, very
them.
well. Yeah. Well, I don't know that. I don't know what people do. Honey, is there any pun shows on tonight? I'd love to watch one. That was a woman and I do. Wayne, you're on Ron and Fez.
She sounds pretty.
Yeah, she is.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
how about
Carla.
Fee-Fi Full Thumb Illustrated?
Fee-Fi Full Thumb Illustrated, Fez, because she's a big girl.
Sure. How to Care for Your Beanstalk is also in that issue.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
I'm not going to lie to you. She's a big lady, Fez. She's on her way, and she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's going to be a National Giant Graphic.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what about Brooke Hogan Maximum?
Just Maximum Magazine, Fez. Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how about the Ball Street Journal?
The Ball Street Journal. Because she looks like a man.
Is there a Nads magazine that she could get the cover of?
Earl's waving his hand like he knows. That grosses me out, Earl.
He's waving his copy is what he's doing.
Earl, you wait with the Red Staters and then have a little joke for us. Wave when yours comes in.
That'll be your cue, Red Staters.
Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
How about Men's Health and Fitness?
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Zippy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how about Horseface Fanciers?
Horseface Fanciers Magazine, Fez.
If she could beat Sarah Jessica Parker for the cover of Horseface Fanciers,
I would love it. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
How about Pen Big as a House?
I don't know if that one's going to happen.
I don't know if that one's even real.
I don't think it's even a pun. You just really threw some words in the middle of a compound word. Buck, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mustachioed Monthly.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez.
Poor Brooke Hogan. Hulk Hogan's very tall daughter. She lost the cover of Prom magazine. We're trying to find another magazine that'll pick her up as the cover girl.
I find her to be just adorable, Fez.
Really?
And I believe, does she have a hit song out now, or she will? Or what's the story there?
She had a hit with the song called About Us.
And it was great?
Yeah, it did okay.
All right.
But it was mainly, you hear more of the hip-hop guy than her in it.
Hello?
Tony, what do you got for us?
Ladies Home Giant?
Ladies Home Giant. I would actually read that magazine.
Just sort of giant Christmas present shopping hints and stuff like that.
Sure. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
She's going to be in Better Homes and Giants.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Greasy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, what about Rolling Stonehenge?
866 Ron Zero Fez.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
All right, we figured out the way to do this. Hold back the country music fans until the pyramid starts being built. That's where you got to go with this. We're not going to blue collar this one up too early. Nick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, 15 boys.
Hey, buddy.
women who are more manly than Fez.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. You realize the demos that are out there for that magazine?
She's more manly than Ernest Borgnine.
Boy, you're old. To do a reference like that, I mean, it's so far before the rest of our times. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Playboy, that's a big bitch.
866 Ron Zero Fez. It's the Professor. Professor, what do you have for us?
Hey, boys. Ham sandwich aficionado.
866 Ron Zero Fez. It's a
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
It's moving. I'd say it's about a mid-level pyramid, Fez.
It's getting there. It's almost. Hopefully, it'll get as tall as Brooke Hogan.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I think I'd sit on the cover of GQ, God Queen.
Here's Chris. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Parenting and Amazon.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
I hear it building, Fez. It is a comedy pyramid.
Brooke Hogan loses the cover of Prom magazine, picks up the cover of Bus Weekly.
All right, Earl is ready. It's about that time. Earl wants to hop in. What do you got for us, Earl Douglas?
Giants Quarterly.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. No matter what you say about this guy, he's perfect, Fez. He's absolutely perfect. Dale, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how about big and taller for women?
Big and taller for women. Phil, what's Brooke Hogan's new magazine cover called?
Make a good guest cover for TV Guide.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Yes, they're coming in now. Now we're hearing from the Midwest, the South. They're all popping in as well. Brandon, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, it's Playgirl.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez.
Brooke, there's good news and bad news. Good news is I got you a cover. Bad news, Playgirl.
Is that an impression?
Yeah, that's the Hulkster.
Why didn't you let me guess? I really wanted to know.
You shouldn't have to guess.
Yeah, I was going Guy Lombardo, because I know you like to always go old school. Nathan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Testosterone Weekly.
866 Ron Zero Fez. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Meat Curtains Monthly.
866 Ron Zero Fez. Dave, what do you got for us?
Got either National Monolithic or Good House Being.
Oh, it's a comedy pyramid.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Brooke Hogan getting the cover of National Harpoon magazine.
Barry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how about Bigger Hunchbacks and Gardens?
Brad, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hello?
Yes.
How about the upscaled New Porker?
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Fez, looking to top this one off pretty soon. Edwin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Drag Queen Aficionado.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Throw me a good one, Dave. Bill, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, what's up, fellas? I got Maxim Gluteus or Big Ass.
Big Ass Magazine. Steve, you're on the Ron and Fez show. What do you got for us, pal? Stevie.
Yeah, Red Brook Monthly.
866 Ron Zero Fez. Hey, Mark, you're on Ron and Fez. Let me try again. Mark, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, how about Harper's Really Bizarre?
Here goes Matt. Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Eats People.
866 Ron Zero Fez.
Maybe she could get one of those other teen magazines like 17, Feet Tall.
Brooke Hogan got knocked off of Prom magazine. She's looking to get on the cover of another magazine. She's a big gal, Fez, and I'd like to see her get there.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Hey, Bobby, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Big Ass 8083, guys.
Yeah, buddy, what do you got for us?
Mangoria Magazine.
All right, thanks, brother. Here is Kyle. Kyle, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, FHM, fucking huge magazine.
You know what?
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Top of the comedy pyramid, Fez. Throw them into the big-ass prize closet.
Hang on, buddy. Kyle, you'll be going to the big-ass prize closet getting a copy of The Pretenders and Pretenders 2, courtesy of Rhino Entertainment. That is in stores now and available at rhino.com.
All right, Fez, you got something hanging on your forehead that's just been driving me crazy.
Do I?
Here, lean back in the light. Yeah, I think you got it. I think it was just a scab of skin there. I
just felt it.
Yeah, I think you're drying out on me.
Oh, there it is.
It's like having a zombie. Fezzy, I just saw, every girl crazy about a sharp-dressed man. I look out in the lobby. Remember, I was just asking what the hell happened to him. It's our old intern, Bobby the Champ. Come on in, Champ. How you doing, pal? Look at him wearing a suit, looking like $1 million. What, are you going to court today?
That's what Earl said, actually. you caught a case?
What's the story?
I just got back from a job interview.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of work?
At a private wealth management firm as a sales assistant.
Wow, very nice.
Real hoity-toity, right?
Where is it a Wall Street thing? Is it uptown?
It's actually right around here. It's over on 52nd, 51st.
So what would your job be there, Bobby? What would you be doing?
When I first would get there, I'd pretty much just be putting order tickets in for like brokers and stuff and getting kicked around and kind of like here, but with stock.
Money,
except it's not lunch orders.
There's a future.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, there's kind of a future.
And then what? What's the long-term goal with this job?
To not blow my brains out before I become a stockbroker. I don't know. I like it, but I don't love it, I guess.
How you doing in the girlfriend thing right now?
I'm seeing a girl.
Really?
Yeah, I'm seeing a girl. I don't like her that much, but that's a good thing.
Is she of age this time?
Yeah, no, she's actually my age, which was kind of weird because
That is weird for you.
She looked really younger when we went out the first time.
He has a disgusting thing about really being attracted to. I'm not going to use the word preteens. There's got to be another term for it, but he likes them very, very young.
Tweens.
Yeah, they're adorable and cute, and they just pedal.
Yeah.
It's not really like a sexual thing per se. It gets there sometimes.
You have sex, they don't. That's the thing. So this is the whole new you. Look how much better looking you are than all the other scumbags hanging around here. Look at little Johnny. He looks filthy, pitsy, looks like a maniac. But you look like $1 million, my friend.
Thank you.
He needs the belt for old time's sake.
That would look good around your waist walking into a job interview.
No, Mr. Perfect last night, I was talking to him during the game and laughing over the Bears losing. And I go, yesterday, Fez is giving the Bears Super Bowl rings, and Dave is giving Grossman the MVP award when I walk out to talk to Earl. And these guys look just absolutely terrible last night. And then somehow come back and win the game, which makes you feel like, are they the team of destiny? When you can play that bad and still get the lucky breaks going your way, is it their year?
I think it was like 6 turnovers the Bears had last night.
Just terrible.
Down by 20, and still the Cardinals find a way to just crap on themselves and lose.
Grossman was absolutely horrible. I think he actually threw for negative yards last night. What happened, Dave? You were giving him the MVP. What went wrong?
Played scared. He played like he knew it was going to be Monday Night Football, and my boy let me down completely. I'm totally off Chicago now. He was not ready to play a national game under those lights.
The weird thing is Matt Leinart looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
He looked like a grown-up. And I was a guy who rode him the whole time he played at USC. I could never stand the kid. Now I see him last night, and I'm going, I wish he was with a better team.
He had 2 touchdowns last night.
And a lot of poise. I mean, he drove him down to win that fucking game. He had him at the 25. Then they make him keep the goddamn ball on the ground. I think he would have drove in for a touchdown. I was not impressed with the Bears' defense last night.
You know who's lost it? You know who's just totally done? It's Edgerrin James. He's lost not one step. He's lost 2 steps. He is slow.
Well, when you see people with the Cardinals, it's no longer. It doesn't look like a pro team. It looks like a team surrounded by sand. I don't think there should be a team in the desert. I don't think there should be any teams in the desert or where you can see palm trees from there. And yes, I'm talking to you, Miami. I know you love your Dolphins. But let's just cut the cord. It's over. It doesn't work anymore.
Leinart looked like the only one on the sidelines that was upset about the Cardinals ending up losing that game. Everyone else there just kind of used to it, and it's like, all right, let's shower up, head to dinner, whatever.
No, they all yell it's ice cream after the game. They're like little kids. Whose mom is buying hot dogs is the big thing for them. Bobby, you into gambling this year at all?
I've been gambling a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I was doing a little college football because I actually went to Columbus, went to the Ohio State-Penn State game.
Uh-huh.
And like an idiot, I bet Penn State. and the backdoor cover with the 2 interceptions at the end of the game. But other than that,
I've got the perfect system on college football, and I've been winning a fortune. The only thing you do is bet what Mr. Perfect tells you. He's 3-0, college picks. Now, Fez, he shit the bed early on. I had to fire him. Dave shit the bed immediately. I asked Dave for a college football pick. He ended up picking yarn. He doesn't even understand the difference between yarn and a team. Earl, can you give us any hints which way you're going this week? I know you don't like to give it away. You're a man who believes in jinxes.
I'm just going to say it's a ranked team, but a sleeper team.
Wow, sleeping ranker. Sleeping ranker, I love it. I'm going in big on this.
Interesting.
Jesse, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, Ron? I guess you made a comment about Grossman playing horrible because he was under the Monday Night Lights. But the Bears are picked to make it to the Super Bowl. How do you think he's going to play during that?
If he plays anything last night, they cannot win a Super Bowl with this guy. And I know everybody's on his bandwagon this year, but I just thought he was awful.
Yeah, I think he shows that, it's easy to be young and to beat bad teams on Sundays. But when you play under that pressure of a national audience, it gets to you. And I really think it got to him, and I think it's very...
Is that what happened to you? Being on this show, it's the national audience?
Yes.
That's made you...
I was a lot more relaxed at 90.5 the night.
You know what? I heard your air checks. You were awful there. Believe it or not, you're peaking, kid. Right now, you're at your best.
Thank you, Mr. B.
No, I didn't mean that as a compliment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the best that you probably even can do.
Oh, that's not good, then.
Bobby, are you a Mets guy or a Yankees guy?
Diehard Yankees guy. Went to the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Went to the rain out. Sat there for 2 hours in the parking lot afterwards, and was upset. But now I'm wishing death on every Met fan and hope the Mets lose.
You just hate the Mets. There's Pitsy's pissed at you. Pitsy, why can't they get behind you? Why can't the people in your own city get behind you?
The first day I worked here, Bobby told me what an asshole I was because I was wearing Mets stuff, and I remember that like it was yesterday.
Oh, you wanted to knock him out, didn't you?
I don't remember that. I think that was the guy who had a kid. I don't remember his name.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy that wanted to knock you out. The guy from, Rhode Island or something.
Massachusetts. He was a Red Sox fan. That's even worse than a Met.
Whatever happened to him? He just faded away?
I don't know. He came up and apologized to me one day, and then they were like, oh, let's leave this, to not publicize our little feud. And I said, I was like, I don't want an apology from you, and I walked away, and then he never showed up again.
He just stopped coming, right?
Yeah.
For some reason, he was doing an interning for O&A, and this kid just thought O&A was going to see him and just give him a mic. They thought we found the future, it's our intern.
And it would be worth it right in from Providence every day.
Yeah, he didn't understand that he wasn't really going to get to meet them for quite some time. It was going to take him... And when he did meet him, it was going to be, a beatdown. But in the back of his mind, he was going to change radio. Here's Bill. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
First of all, Dave, Week 4, Sunday Night Football, Rex Grossman, 278, 3 touchdowns. And if you can get the media of Dennis Green blowing up today, it's hysterical.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything when Fez said that nobody seemed to care. Dennis Green went crazy after the fucking game last night. And he is right about that, Dave. They did have a big Sunday night game. And Madden had pretty much given them the Super Bowl at that point. So the following day, so does Fez and so does Dave. If they hear Madden say something, in their mind they believe it's their own thought. So they're ready to give it up. But we talked about this yesterday. It is a long fucking way to the Super Bowl. Anything can happen. What are the Bears going to do if something happens to Urlacher? Then their season's probably over.
Then it's totally screwed.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fezzy, what's going on? Hey, Ronnie, what's happening?
Hey, pal.
Hey, listen, I just wanted to say I think you're wrong about the Bears D. I think they gave away a lot of points at the beginning of the game, but, man, did you notice how they adjusted after the first quarter? I
noticed when it was the wet-ass hour and you've got to fucking 3 and out the Cards that they fucking let the drive take place, and that game was lost by a kicker. So, the fact is you get the win, that's all you got to do. No one's going to remember this game. They're just going to remember the fact that this shows up as a victory. But
I see Grossman turning it around, though. I think
he's going to have to turn it around.
But he'll turn it around.
He's going to have to turn it around. He can't play like he did last night. But even more frightening is when it was time for the defense to win that game, they needed the Cardinals to finally lose the game. because Lionheart had him beat. He was driving on him at the end of the game.
Grossman, too, you never know when he's going to end up getting hurt. I mean, it could be walking to the shower and something bad happens to him.
I don't have a problem with that after last night. Who do they got ready to go?
I think it's Greasy.
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie, how's it going?
Cool, buddy. What's up?
Nothing. I'm down here in Bloomington, Indiana, where Grossman went to high school.
Yeah.
And if you talk to anyone who went to school with him, it's been known that he enjoys the nose candy a little bit.
Well, so did Joe Namath, and that didn't stop him from upsetting the Colts. And apparently he was fucking doing bumps at halftime. God bless his soul.
Lawrence Taylor, too.
Lawrence Taylor, who fucking redesigned the way defenses played. In the meantime, he didn't even have a mouthpiece. He said his teeth were so numb, he would be perfectly fine to play without one. Yeah, you know what? I don't care what people do in their spare time.
With Grossman, that may be the only ring he could get is the one around his nose.
There you go. We waited, but I think it was a good joke.
I think it was worth it.
I think it was a good joke, too. Why didn't you just spit it out, though?
For some reason, ring was escaping me. I almost said circle.
I like the fact that you went in for it when you didn't even know the word. You went for the joke when you had no idea how to get out of it. I think it showed me something.
The team, it might not matter if Grossman's bad and not falls apart. That defense, sometimes the defense could just take the whole, just take them to the Super Bowl and win. And the guy, like Roethlisberger, I don't think was that good. He just did enough where they didn't lose.
Oh, there was plenty. You could go time and time again in this fucking decade for sure. Tampa didn't have an offense. Baltimore didn't have an offense. Well, Boston, they had an offense, but let's face it, the defense carried that team.
Yeah. Brady was still real questionable at that point.
Yeah, 2 words. Trent Dilfer has a couple of rings, and it wasn't because of his...
Why does he have 2?
He's got one. He's got one.
He has the one with Tampa and one with... Was he with Baltimore when they won their Super Bowl?
He doesn't have one with Tampa. He fucking started for Baltimore, but he wasn't with Tampa.
Okay, you got the one ring with Tampa, and he wasn't like...
Actually... Baltimore is where you are.
Baltimore.
You're only good at college, Mr. Perfect. That's your thing, college. I'd rather have lucky than good, I'm telling you right now. I don't give a shit how stupid he is. The son of a bitch is lucky as lucky can be.
Just like the Bears, a win's a win. It's a W
That's right.
column.
What do I care?
Picks to perfection, and Ron, you love your stack of money.
I do love it.
It's a new stack every week.
I don't know what I love about money that is so much like that, but I actually sat down last night, I woke up, I kept the money on the night table and just kept getting up and looking at it. So exciting.
And it grows every week, too.
I can't fight with you, Earl. You're 100% right. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
29,875, brothers.
Hey, buddy, man, what's happening?
Ruben Studdard's new album came out today. Is this finally when Fezzy pays off on another loss?
Now, Ruben Studdard is not what you bet on, right, Fez?
No, I bet on the Taylor Hicks album, which is less than a month away. I think it's November 14th. I said that the Taylor Hicks album will not debut at number 1. I put my hair on the line.
And you still stick with that?
I'm sticking with it completely.
And, Earl, you have no doubts that this album's going to open at number 1.
None whatsoever. I mean, he's everywhere. He's on commercials. He's going to do the talk show circuit again. He's never stopped touring.
Why don't we do this, Fez? If you shave your head this time, we keep it shaved. And we do not, because you lose it so much, let's not even go back to that.
I don't want to keep it shaved. Winter will be coming. I'm going to need something up there.
Didn't Dave bet his hair on something, too?
Yeah, it's the same bet. And if Taylor Hicks' album is number 1, I shave my head.
Yeah.
If it's not number 1 and I win, Dave shaves his head.
I had no idea that.
Yeah.
So he piggybacked onto your gimmick.
Yeah, he opposite betted me.
Yeah, that's an interesting piece then, Dave.
Yeah. No shaved head here, Mr. B. I'm going all the way.
Well, it debuts, but we don't find out who's that when it comes in at number 1 until the following week, right, Earl?
Yeah, it's the following Tuesday after the release.
What else came out today besides Ruben Studdard? Which, by the way, I don't think people care about, do they?
I think he still has a core audience in the black community, but I don't know about the big crossover pop audience anymore. It's been a while. I think it's his first record in like 3 years.
I don't know. Being big with the black community is like being big with the Amish community. It's just not enough people there, Earl. There's not enough.
Yeah, it's an audience. It's a core audience, though.
It's a core audience, but are they buying records?
Of course.
All right.
And I think it's just the black and obese audience. I think it's a really small core at this point.
Here's Steve. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to offer my apologies to Fez. I'm sorry about not cleaning off your forehead. I know how much you hate that when I'm done, and I promise I'll never do it again, baby.
Well, that's just rude. I had some flaky skin today.
Oh, I hope that's skin.
It is skin.
It looked like fucking potato flakes right all over your face.
I was just flaking up my forehead. I don't know why.
Tell me right now, man to man.
Yes.
Was that dry cum?
No, it was not dry cum.
Wait before you answer. Get the Bible in here, Earl. I want him swearing on it.
Do not bring the Bible in here. I don't need the Bible to swear on.
You refuse to swear on the Bible.
I don't like to swear on a Bible, Ronnie.
Okay.
I think it's disrespectful.
Oh, so let me see it. Let's suppose you're in court for murder, right?
Right.
Will you swear on the Bible then, or will you say this is disrespectful?
I would probably swear on it and then actually voice my concerns for the stenographer there so that she can get it on the official record.
So the Lord later can go, oh, let's see, I see. So but would you lie after swearing on the Bible?
Yeah, I would probably lie after swearing on the Bible.
Really?
Yeah.
Earl, what about you?
Yeah, I would swear on the Bible and swear to any statements possible.
And you would lie after you did it?
No, I would tell the truth.
Bobby?
On the Bible, it doesn't carry that weight for me. It's just the getting caught afterwards and then going to jail because you lied in court would get me to probably.
So you would tell the truth, but it has nothing to do with the Bible.
No, it has nothing to do with the Bible.
Dave?
I would never, ever lie after swearing on the Bible.
It's so funny how Catholics take that more important than you guys, yet we don't go around quoting the Bible like you do, and yet it means nothing to a Protestant.
To me, I think it really depends on the case. If I was trying to save someone that I loved from a murder rap, I could swear on the Bible and then lie afterwards. I think it all depends on the case.
So it means nothing to you. That means that the Bible means nothing to you. The case means what you're willing to risk or not, but you're not going to hedge what it means to swear on the Bible and then that there's any kind of penalty beyond this world for that.
I would probably ask forgiveness for it afterwards. I would try to keep that between me and God and not me in the court.
But see, right away, that proves that you don't have the belief, or because you're saying right before, I'm going to do something against you, Lord, and then later apologize for it. You can't get away with that in life. If you said to your chick, I'm going to go out and get a blowjob, then come home and cry to you and tell you I wish I never would have done it, it's not going to carry a lot of fucking water with it, Fez.
That's why being a Catholic is so great, because you could do anything wrong you want and then just confess it, and then you're absolved.
Catholic is the only way to go, because literally once a week you can start over like a baby soul. You can get your thing as clean as a baby. It's like having a filter where you people are just stagnant water and pond scum builds up in your pool. We have a beautiful filter, constantly cleaning our souls, keeping it perfectly clear.
Yeah, but just because your soul is clean doesn't mean you're not going to get repercussions. A priest, if you confess a murder, Bobby, the priest is going to say, your soul is not going to be wiped clean unless you say this and say it to cops and you go to jail for the rest of your life.
That's bullshit. That's not every cop. That's not every priest. That's his call.
Right, but a lot of priests, I think, are going to say you have to go down to the precinct
Let
and
me
confess.
tell you something. Don't act like I've never said something to a priest where all I had to do was 3 Hail Marys. I have. Well, for 3 Hail Marys, everything starts over fresh.
Oh, no.
I'm telling you. I'm fucking looking straight at you.
Well, you got some easy priests, because I have to at least usually do like a 50 Hail Mary thing.
And here's the thing. I would never even go to my own church when I fucking confess. I get out of town for it. I got a guy I know.
That's a great idea. Just someone you don't know, probably never going to see again.
Kendall, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I love to go on the Bible and actually lied about it.
What did you lie about?
About stealing something. This is when I was a kid. My uncle was like, did you steal it? And I was told him, no, I didn't steal it. So we'll swear on the Bible that you didn't steal it. He gave me the whole speech about, well, if you know if you stole in the Bible, you're going to go to hell. You're lying. So here's the Bible. Now, did you steal it? And I'm like, well, the Bible is just a book, so no, I didn't steal it.
So it's just because you have no belief system whatsoever. That's a
I don't
lucky
believe in
getaway.
the Bible.
That's a
The Bible-
lucky way to get through life, to have zero belief system. It's probably the way to go. Just not believe in anything. That way you're like, whatever. Nothing, I can't be jinxed, nothing can happen.
Nothing's
Or
against the
just
rules.
like Fez, go against God when it suits you. That's the Lutheran way. Work any angle you can against the Lord.
I don't think that's a Lutheran way. It may be the Fez way, but it's not the Lutheran way.
Now I know that was cum dried on your face. Now I know it as well as I know that the sun comes up in the morning.
That was not dried cum.
Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey there, Ronnie. How's it going?
Yeah.
I was just wanted to point out the fact that the irony of swearing on a book of lies. It's documented that the Bible's full of inaccuracies and maybe some little tales.
Let me just check. Fez, is this you calling from the other room? Did you sneak out in the other room and make this call?
I'm right here in front of you.
Charlie, you on Ron and Fez show. How are you?
Doing well, guys. Hey, I was wondering what's your point on the atheists when they're in court?
I've been in court before and saw an atheist in the Bible, and he just giggled the whole time. He literally was cracking up. Then he tried to blow his nose on it, like Fez probably has.
I have never put my snot in a Bible.
Would you swear on the Bible that?
I'm not going to swear on that Bible.
Just put your hand on it. I smell smoke. Like you're starting to burn.
You made me nervous. I had to pull it back real fast.
Pete, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, how you doing?
Yeah.
I just want to ask Dave there, how many Hail Marys do you have to say for having sex with a dog?
I don't consider that a sin, mister. It was pleasurability. And I haven't gone, unfortunately, to confession in a long time.
Do you know how many emails I got from people, mainly women? I will say this, mainly, like, these are the two different kinds of emails I got since Dave said that he put peanut butter on his penis and had a dog lick him. Men wrote, Dave is a sick bastard. How could he let a dog do that to them? Women write, how could Dave do that to the dog? They see the dog as being a victim of basic rape. Basically, they're acting like Dave got a retard to lick his balls. And really, when you think about it, what would be worse? To get a retard to lick something off you or a dog? I'm going to throw it out there. Fez?
I'll say retard worse.
Bobby?
Dog is definitely worse. Not even the same species.
Earl?
The dog. Definitely.
No, Fez, why did you say retard?
Because you're actually demeaning a fellow human being, not a lesser species.
All right, let me throw this point at you. Can you demean a retard? Bobby?
You can't demean a retard.
Earl?
No.
And Dave?
No, stupid.
All right, they're lining up against you, Fez. I see where you're going, where maybe we should take care of the meek in this world. But, you know, a lot of people put a dog the same way. No, let me change that. A lot of women feel the same way about a dog. They're just disgusted by you, Dave. Almost like you're a rapist.
Here's the thing. Again, it bears repeating. I didn't force the dog on top of me. I put peanut butter there. If the dog's going to come over and lick, why not?
All right, let's change that over into a retard.
Okay.
You try that in a fucking court of law, the jury would stand up and start spitting at you. Hey, I never forced her. I put a fucking pixie stick across my balls, and the next thing I know, she's licking away.
If she was over 18, I see nothing socially.
No, you'll go to fucking jail for banging a retard, right? Of any age.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Earl, the mentally insane count for that, too.
Yes.
What do you see as being worse, Earl? You being with someone, you signing them out of a fucking mental institution, banging them, and then signing them back in, or what Dave did, having consenting sex with a collie.
I still think Dave was much worse. It's a fucking dog.
Yeah, it is. It's a dog.
It goes woof woof. It has 4 legs.
There's no way. It is a different species.
We know what it does.
All right, let me ask you this, Dave. Look at me now.
Yes.
I want you to be totally honest.
Okay.
Would you do the same thing, put peanut butter on your balls and let a monkey lick it off?
Probably. If it was a cute one, yeah.
There's no such thing as a cute monkey.
White people are so scared of black people.
There is. Around my chick, I have to say there isn't. You honestly would think You would do it with a monkey.
Yeah, except there is that fear that a monkey might chew your balls off. Because remember there was that one story like a year ago?
No, I don't read the same magazines. I don't get the fucking newsletter you get, you freak.
But as long as I was assured that the monkey would be cuddly and respectable.
All right, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Would you put a mask on and go underwater and fuck a fish? Do you ever see that anywhere in your future?
Maybe a dolphin, but I'm not gonna fuck like a trout or anything.
I'm gonna tell you right now, down in like the Lauderdale area somewhere, a guy, he's fucking scuba diving, not scuba diving, snorkeling. All of a sudden, there's a shadow behind him. Big fucking sea turtle comes in and bones him in the ass, right through his suit.
Well, yeah.
And that's what I hope is coming to you for what you did to that dog.
Sea turtles are very highly intelligent, so they know what they're doing. And as for Earl and his mental patient, like, the dog's not going to have recurring dreams and everything about the sexual encounter with me. But
How do you know?
Earl's... Because dogs can't dream.
Those aren't rabbits he's
Yes,
chasing.
they do. You
what?
see the little REM fucking eyes going?
They're just twitching when that's going on.
So are you prick. You know what? You only have one dream. Getting a blowjob from a dog. That's your fucking dream. That's your destiny. BCH on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, buddies.
Yeah.
I was wondering, did the dog get in trouble for licking a retard's balls? See ya.
Big ass prize closet.
I'm not retarded. So
Dave,
if that's what that reference
swear on the Bible. Give him the Bible.
Absolutely.
Here's the Bible.
I'm a Catholic.
All right.
And I'll do it. Is it the right or left?
What do you think? When do you ever swear with your left hand?
Okay.
No, wait, you got to put your right hand up?
You raise your right hand and put your left hand on the Bible.
Then that doesn't even count.
Right?
Yeah.
Why would you raise your right hand?
How about this? I'll put them both on the Bible.
That's
okay?
crazy. Take that off.
No.
You're going to cause an explosion.
All right. Left hand on the Bible, and I swear to God.
That what?
I'm not retarded. I swear
Dave?
to God. I swear to Jesus, I'm not retarded.
I don't think Jesus is going to hold it against you because you're retarded. You don't know what you're saying. You think the retards go straight to heaven?
Oh, yeah, they got to get right in. And all of a sudden...
Better not be the one I'm going to. Because the last thing I want to do is fucking end up in heaven and all of a sudden there's a retard yelling shit. Maybe they get to think up there, huh?
I think as soon as the retards get to heaven, instant intelligence. All of a sudden, everything's, like, really clear to them.
Does their face change at all? Or they still got that same fucking face structure?
No, I think, like, the water heads, all of a sudden there's, like, a draining process and they look normal.
All right, so what you're saying is you go to heaven and become someone else.
I think you go to heaven, I think you're still yourself, but you just get perfected.
Then that's not you.
A perfect version of yourself.
Then that isn't you in heaven. You'll be someone above it all. It's almost like you're like some slug down here and then you become a butterfly.
I think you probably carry all your experiences, everything that made you you, your personality.
So wait a minute. So this perfect, pure being is going to remember that a dog once licked peanut butter off his red fucking balls. That's not heaven to me, my friend. That's freak show. I'll be flying by, if there is such a thing, Fez, and I'm thinking, long shot for your fucking wacky thing. I'll come by. Dave, remember the time down on Earth when a dog was licking your balls?
And
that's my angelic voice.
And I'd love it if you did that.
Why?
I can't wait to go into heaven and swap war stories. People like yourself, Ron, or Fez, or, Michelangelo. He did all that shit on the church. Yeah.
You see me talking to Michelangelo, you keep on walking. You fucking act like you never knew me.
Why? He's my favorite.
That's right. I don't want you fucking ruining him when I'm with him.
I need somebody to introduce me. You can say, Michael, here's my pal Dave.
I will fucking introduce you to Michelangelo and then rip you a new ass in front of him. I will fucking give you a heavenly beatdown.
That is not legal in heaven. You can't rip anybody.
Wait a minute, why would there be laws in heaven? You can do whatever you want.
No, you can't do whatever you want. The Satan proved that, didn't he? Can't do whatever you want.
Well, you can't leave. It sounds like a jail now. Now it sounds like a very nice jail.
It's the Phantom Zone for all eternity.
There's certain behaviors you can't do. You probably can't curse in heaven. So if that's part of your ripping me a new asshole.
Then what about my act? What am I going to do then?
Well, you got to...
Oh, okay, you can't curse, and then you also got to do 18 fucking commercial breaks a minute. Is that it?
No, I don't know what that is. That's not heaven.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I saw the most disgusting thing when I used to work up in Alaska on this boat. There are these fish called black cod. This guy, coincidentally, his name was Dave. We walked down and we saw him fucking this goddamn fish. It was headed and gut and all that shit, and he's sticking his dick in this fucking fish. It was so disgusting. It was dead. But, oh my, that guy was like, never worked on that boat again.
Let me guess. Was this guy's name Chris? And is this you?
No.
Chris?
No, it was Dave, man.
Chris? Dave, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, I want to ask Bobby if he'll swear on the Bible whether or not, if he's ever sucked a dick.
That's a good question,
Bobby,
Dave.
go ahead.
I've never sucked a dick.
All right, now, Bobby, there's always this gay rumor thing about you because you have a little fun with that kind of humor.
Okay. No, I've never sucked a dick. I'm not going to tell you if Little John the intern ever blew me in the back office, but, you know.
Okay, so that's fair enough. Maybe if somebody did something to you, and really having Little John do it is like having a dog do it to you. It's really not fair. It's almost like having a puppy do it to you.
Both require peanut butter.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you guys doing today?
Yeah.
So, Ron, according to your theory, does that mean that it's worse for Westside to suck Dave's dick than it is a dog's?
Well, actually, according to Dave, she doesn't, right?
Very rarely, right, yeah. She doesn't, basically. Okay, I'll be honest. You know, I'm holding out every so often, but it really either takes a lot of coaxing or, you know, different things happen, so.
And the reason is?
I don't know.
Onion balls.
I feel like
I
it
think
could
you
be...
probably have onion balls.
I've always felt it could be an odor, and I shower mercilessly, and then I use herbal essence on my pubic hair, and she still doesn't like the smell, I don't think. And lately, you know, as I've mentioned, I shave off the pubic hair completely just so I feel that will destroy the smell.
Because she gets a glare from your pubic hair? Like,
well...
You know, I'll tell you, I said this before. I was out to dinner with her the other night. You couldn't find a sweeter person. Nicest person ever. When Dave got up, I so wanted to tell her that he had a dog blow him. And I just...
Oh, no.
And my chick looks over at me and goes like this, "Don't do it." I go, I just want to hint around it.
No, you can't do that.
It's almost impossible not to tell her, though.
You can't.
You can never bring her in here because we can't trust the listeners.
Right.
Because I knew how difficult it was for me not to just blurt it out.
Yeah.
And she would leave you, right?
With the dog, we weren't going out. So I don't...
You and the dog weren't going out?
No, me and Westside hadn't been going out at that point. I don't see the problem in what I did. You know, it was disgusting, but...
Then let's call her and tell her.
I don't want to really embarrass her, but I know it's like she's used, like, things that you wouldn't expect a girl to use on
like
them.
What?
So there's something about a doorknob that
She fucked a doorknob?
I asked her, what do chicks do to pleasure themselves, you know, and this and that? And she said, you know, maybe sometimes they rub up against the doorknob. I was like, that's disgusting.
One good turn.
And I was like, please, I'm like, no, really, I'm not going to make fun of you. I swear to God. Just tell me, doorknob. And I was like, oh, that's gross. And she was hideously embarrassed. And now a lot of sex talk embarrasses her, so it's totally out the window.
What is out the window?
Just talking about sex and stuff.
Did you know the actual doorknob, though? Did you find it?
Yeah, I have an idea. She said it was in her room, her bedroom room. So there's a really nice gold doorknob with some...
I hope you got a wide cock if that's what she's used to, a doorknob.
No, it's not really. Sort of like a pretzel rod.
She told me your dick was like a tamponi. She said there's really no difference at all.
And a string on it.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know. So he doesn't. So it's a reminder for something.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
10850, boys.
Hey, bro.
Hey, I want to know if the dog whisperer Dave would seduce a retarded dog.
Good, interesting question, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. If it was cute, if it was fuzzy.
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, I got to call that for Dave out. Now, Dave, you've sworn on the Bible today. You said that you're a devout Catholic and you won't lie after swearing on a Bible. You believe in the Bible, but you don't consider bestiality a sin, even though the Bible does?
I didn't say that. I said it's not a cardinal sin.
Dave, you sat there 15 minutes ago and said bestiality is not a sin.
No, a cardinal sin. I don't feel like...
So you got to fuck a cardinal before you're going to be in trouble.
Dave, you called it. You fucking said it's not a sin.
Well, I don't have a problem with it, was my point. And I don't think it's a sin worthy enough to be punished in hell. That's my point.
CJ, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, what's up, Dave? You said your girl doesn't like talking about sex and stuff?
Right.
That's one of the first signs, buddy. You're not exactly hitting it off with this girl the way you should be. That's one of the first things that tells you that girl's not going to be comfortable enough to be going a long way in the relationship.
Yeah, she's not talking about sex, and she won't go down on him. And he's
oh my
God,
and
now he's shopping for a ring.
It's 5 years. I mean, I think people's sexual interests slow down after 5 years.
But she never blew you.
No, she's blown me before. It's just
she's just stopped.
It was
one
years
day?
ago. Yeah, it hasn't happened in a long time, and occasion, without a lot of coaxing, and I don't coax anymore.
And you chalk it up to just her getting older?
Yeah, I chalk it up to that. I mean, girls lose interest in guys after a while. What? No, I mean sexually. I don't. But she still likes me, I think.
I don't know where you're getting your information from. Al, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddy?
Probably King of Queens. I think you're getting all your information from sitcoms. Why I oughta. Why this gal of mine. Al, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that putting your hand on the Bible and lying is no different than thinking that if you were bad throughout the year, Santa Claus is going to give you presents. There's no such thing. Nothing bad is going to happen. You have a better chance of a tooth fairy coming into your house and stealing your fucking teeth than you have.
Well, I mean, obviously, it only works for the people who have a belief system there. Fez doesn't have a belief system, so it doesn't mean anything to him.
I have a belief system.
You have a belief that you can lie against your own moral code. What's O.J. Simpson doing?
Let's see. I think this is the Goldman case where they're trying to still sue for the rights to O.J.'s name and image so that if he goes off to any sort of autograph show, they get the money he makes there.
Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave Scrooge. I talked to my brother. He's a bishop with the Catholic Church, and in his words, he's going to burn. It's a cardinal sin.
For what?
Having a dog lick him.
Is your brother really a bishop?
I mean, that's honestly, at that point, Dave, you might as well become a kill-crazy maniac. If you're going to go to hell for getting your balls licked by a dog, you might as well really up it and do whatever you can. Invade Poland is what you need to do.
I can't believe
invade
that.
Poland. I can't invade Poland, Mr. B.
I'm really nervous about that information.
You didn't fuck the dog, though, so
no.
You're good.
You got the Bill Clinton defense.
Yeah.
It was not sex.
No, bestiality, as everyone knows, is animal-human intercourse. Just like, sex.
You are a Democrat. You are an absolute Democrat.
I'm just telling you.
You don't think sex, it's only intercourse for you?
Yes. Yes, I do. Intercourse.
So if your chick blows someone today, you don't care?
I care, but it's not sex. If she said to me, I didn't have sex with that guy, she would be telling the truth. She didn't have sex with him. She blew him.
Bobby, where are you on this one?
I would still be mad. I wouldn't want my girl to kiss another guy, but I still consider intercourse is sex and everything else is just foreplay.
But see, here's the thing.
And if she's blowing other guys and not blowing you, then you're in fucking trouble anyway.
That's why she's fucking not blowing him. Her jaw comes back so fucking tired, probably.
Oh, man.
Earl, where are you on this one?
Oral's definitely sex. Absolutely. It's exchanging of fluids.
Let me ask you this. Gay sex, what is it?
Sodomy is intercourse.
So two guys fucking laying together with each other in the steam room, blowing each other. That's not fucking sex to you.
It's not sex. That's two guys.
Give me that Bible back, because you're out of your mind. That's how you were able to get off. That was your leeway. Fez, where are you on this one?
I think it's totally sex. I think oral is sex.
Or you wouldn't have had sex in your life.
But then what's hand release?
I still think it's sex.
That's sex also?
A guy's getting his nut off. What fucking more do you care? Where do you fucking care at that point?
Now, I've got blown and not been able to finish because, the girl's technique or the time constraints or
drunk.
you know, things like that. So
First of all, when you get blown by a woman, you make her put on a fake mustache.
Why, Bobby?
Feels nice.
I still think it's sex.
Okay.
A woman has a dick in her mouth. That's not fucking personal to you people?
See, but without saying
Let me go to Pitsy. He's from Long Island. Give me the suburban view here, Pitsy.
Oral's definitely sex. No doubt about it. If there's a dick in your mouth, you're having sex.
Sexual intercourse.
Your mouth?
What's short for that is sex.
That's bullshit.
Sexual intercourse. Sex.
No, there's all kinds of sex. What about fucking lesbians? You're saying lesbians never have sex.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Then you're out of your mind.
Scissor clap, is that sex for lesbians?
What the hell?
Sure, Scissor Sisters? Yeah, it's the fucking hottest. I'll get in there and fucking play like I'm building blocks. I'll grab 2 of them. Here's Lou. Lou, you're on Ron and Fez.
I think Eastside Dave needs to find himself a nympho. Take it from a married man. My wife never liked sucking dick, and I've been married 12 years, and she still doesn't like it. It's not going to get better, Eastside.
Yeah, it ain't going to get better.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I think if I can give her some wine and shit like that, I just have to
a
get
lot
her
of
drunk.
women who don't suck dick wake up at age 40 and go, yeah, I'm ready to fucking go down on you now. I've had that 40 years that I want it.
How about this? The girl I'm seeing now is very religious, and she doesn't like to have, not that she doesn't like to have sex, she'd rather not have sex, but she does go down on me all the time.
God bless her.
So, you know, I don't consider it sex because, you know, I want to have sex all the time, and she doesn't.
Yeah, well, you want anal.
Well, anal's always fun.
Who doesn't?
Do you get it?
Oh, God, no. No, I can't even. I can barely even slap her on the ass without her getting pissed off at me.
So this is why you live a lie. You're not getting any of the things you want.
No, I'm not getting anything. But no, I enjoy the sex. I enjoy the sexual intercourse.
Yeah.
I really do. I just would like the blowjobs, into sex, into anal, and then a facial, followed by her sucking again. I have it all planned out. And
a perfect night.
Most of the porns that I watch have that exact sequence in that order.
David, you're on Ron and Fez.
Speaking of facials, I don't know if it's been said yet, but where did Dave finish on the dog?
I didn't finish, as I said.
That's why he doesn't consider it sex.
Okay, sorry.
Peace. John, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
I got a question. I was bathing my dog about 2 years ago, and he licked me on my sack. Does that mean now I got to go to hell even though it wasn't consensual on my part?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you were raped. Here is Sherry. Sherry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell Dave that he's nuts if he thinks that sexuality falls off after 5 years. My husband and I have been together for 8.5 years, and I still go down on him and do whatever the hell he wants. And he is hot and loves me like you wouldn't believe.
Well, that's my problem. I'm not hot.
Sherry, I'm sending you the big-ass prize closet. You know why?
Why's that?
You're a good girl. Hold on.
Earl, what do we got for Sherry in the big-ass prize closet?
We have the Tori Amos box set, a piano, courtesy
Perfect
of
for
Rhino
her.
Records, and you can get it through rhino.com.
Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, buddies?
Hey.
I'm just curious why you asked Dave about sex at all. At 28 years old, he's had 3 women and a dog, man. I think he's secretly blowing guys and doesn't want to justify that he's gay by not saying it's intercourse when it is, you know?
Dave, we will accept you.
I am very not gay.
I just want to point this out. We accepted you for your fucking bestiality.
Thank you.
That is what a liberal, socially liberal show this turned into.
Yeah, that was a great vote of confidence. I'm very not gay, though. I can only get hard when looking at broads, you know.
What about the dog?
I was thinking about chicks, though. And
you can think about a chick and bang a guy in the ass.
I can't do that, no.
How do you know?
I don't even like being touched. Pitsy is a very touchy-feely guy, and I don't like it. I don't like being touched by anybody.
Pitsy, what happens?
He sits down in the morning, and I tap him on the shoulder and say good morning, and he gets all weirded out about that.
You know why? Because you're afraid of a hard-on.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Bobby, give him a little hug. Just around his neck. See how long you can take it.
I'd prefer not to.
See, you've been raped as a kid.
This is...
You've honestly been raped as a kid.
Just don't like it. There's no reason. I haven't been raped as a child.
And he would?
How do you know?
I think I would remember.
Check for wood.
No.
Dave?
Very small right now.
I thought so.
Very flaccid.
Even smaller, in fact.
Would it be better if your pants were down, having him hug you? Then we can experiment?
I mean, all the way down. Can I keep my boxers on at least?
Sure.
I don't see why this is necessary at all.
It's an experiment.
It's
Scientific.
radio.
All right.
It's the name of science.
There's no reason.
Oh, wait, hold on. Fez, get on the other side. I want you guys...
No.
Oreo
Okay.
cookie. Why Fez? Why Fez? Why do you hate Fez?
No, I love Fez.
Why did that protest all of a sudden get so loud?
No. I love Fez. Okay, come on.
Oh, don't do me any favors.
I'm not sure if I smell good today. I didn't really shower well.
All right.
All right, give him a hug. Loving hug.
Ew. Ew. Come on, please.
Around his waist. Hug him around his waist.
Ew. Please, Bobby. You're getting a little close to an area. Okay, Fezzy. He's actually... No. This is it. That's enough. Thank you. Ugh. God.
Why are you having trouble putting your pants back up?
The wood.
I am going...
The size of his wood. Look at it.
You're going what?
I need a shower to end all showers after that.
Why? Fezzy's so filthy?
Steam room bath.
I had a flaky forehead today. That was it.
Come.
No. Dandruff.
Ugh. And another thing, in sports, always hated it. And I'm talking to Coach McAllister on high school, who was overzealous with the ass slap in baseball. I never understood that. That's weird.
Bobby, stand up. Give him an ass slap, Bobby. Let's see how he handles it.
Come on, kid. Get up.
Come on, yeah.
This didn't happen.
Pants back down.
Yeah, pants
Really?
down. Pants down.
Pants down?
Yes.
I don't see why this is necessary at all.
Just take your pants down and hands up high. Put your hands up high so you're not protecting yourself.
You better not do anything to, touch...
Yeah.
Good job, kid. Way to hit and
Get the
hustle.
fuck off
All
me.
right.
Get the fuck...
All right, and for you to be that crazy, put him down again. Just stand.
I'm not doing this.
Put him down again. Why are you so crazy unless you've been
Because
raped?
that one was beyond a hug.
You got raped as a child.
I didn't get raped as a child. I don't know why I'm standing here in my boxers right now.
Lean over. Lean over.
I'm not gonna lean over.
Make eye contact with me.
I feel very peculiar right now.
All right. Bobby, I just want you to root around with that drumstick and just see how he feels. Where are you going?
Pants down.
Down on the...
Fuck that.
Look at me, bro. Look at me. I'm going to talk you through it. I'm going to talk you through it.
I'll use the business end.
If
You're going to use the business end.
try to penetrate me, I will slap your Al Capone suit-wearing ass.
Elbows on the table.
What if I just rub it around a little?
Oh, God, this is sick. Stop. This is really, really uncomfortable
It's-
for me. And I'm sweating a little.
All right, we got the shot. We need it.
Oh, that's what that was all about?
Yeah.
Got set up.
And I believe there's wood.
I honestly think you were raped as a kid.
I think it's something that was stuck in my craw.
Oh.
Gross.
You think you got stuck there? Why are you so panicky about that, though?
I don't know. I mean, now that I think about it, maybe it has something to do with the sports. Like, when I was in Little League, I'm like...
You got blown?
No, but there's way...
You were forced to blow somebody?
No. There's just no reason for a coach to be slapping kids' asses. That always made me uncomfortable.
Your ass is very sensitive.
Yeah.
Something had to happen to sensitize it.
No, my shins are just as sensitive, too. I don't like being
Did he
kicked
make you feel like you were ugly, Fez, the way he was okay with Bobby but disgusted by you?
Yeah, he's like, no, not Bobby. How about Fez? No! Just screaming.
It wasn't.
No, keep Quasimodo away from me.
It wasn't about that. It was just that there was double coverage.
I got a phone call. I think it may be the baby.
Okay.
Hello?
Thank you.
Ron, do not call this cell phone. I'm expecting an important phone call.
Sorry. Did you think maybe the baby said thank you? Earl, does that sound just like him?
Yes, absolutely.
You do it so much better. Let me hear you.
Thank you.
Oh, it's hardly the perfect impression.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
25% of Dave's sexual conquests have been outside of his species.
That's true. One out of every 4 sexual things has been with a dog.
Right. Well, hey.
That's a huge number.
It's a big number. If I can bang more chicks, that number would diminish, of course.
And it ain't going to happen. You say you're going to stay with the one chick the rest of your life.
Probably.
You going to cheat on her?
No, I don't think I could.
Would you ever cheat on her?
If it was celebrity, like, an Angelina Jolie, yeah, I'd have
Why
to do
celebrity?
that.
Why?
Because they have a certain cachet and a certain sex appeal that if I spank it to like them so much, and then they were actually offering me sex, I'd have to take them up on
What
it.
if just about a hot dancer?
No, I wouldn't do it with a hot dancer.
You would actually say, I turn you down.
Yeah, I have to.
And yet you would let a dog lick your balls.
Well, I mean, there's some contradictions in life. It's a complicated world we live in.
That's a wonderful thing. You show me something. Fez, give him a hug. Give him a hug.
I
for doing
defer.
such.
This didn't happen.
Give him a hug.
He's
for
a
having...
little sweaty.
You know what I want to do? And this way.
He doesn't need to rub the belly.
Here's what we do.
That part he doesn't.
Do me a favor, Dave. I want to do a lay down hug with you and Fez.
No way.
Yeah,
I'm
lay
not.
down. Lay down, and Fez lay on you and give you a hug.
I really don't think this is necessary.
Don't be so homophobic.
Oh,
Now, Fez, I want you to lay on top of him. Like, you're just so proud of him.
I don't think.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Stop.
What are you?
He's facing the wrong way, Ron.
It's 69 hug.
Facing the wrong
That's
way.
a fucking disgusting.
He's facing the wrong way. I can't get him off.
All right, here's ew. Well, keep fucking jacking him. Now, Dave, tell me the truth.
What?
I want you to tell me the truth. Lay down there again.
I am here.
Fez, lay across them.
No, please, not with the head near the crotch.
Fez, why can't you lay down the correct way?
I'm laying across them like you said.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how uncomfortable are you?
Oh, God, fucking 15.
It's a scale of 1 to 10.
10.
Or is it getting more
10.
or less comfortable the
He's
longer?
rubbing the small of my back.
Is it getting more or less comfortable the longer you lay?
More.
More comfortable.
No,
all right, so you're getting more. We're making progress. This might be better. Lay on your belly.
No, please.
Lay on your belly.
This is so unnecessary.
And Fez, just bunk bed him. Just lay on top.
Okay,
This
I
is
can do
not
that.
sex. It's a bunk bed. Let's just see what happens.
Here we
I
go.
really don't like this.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Things are touching my ass.
All right, scale of things. How many dicks does he have?
He has.
Thank you, Dave.
Really, the leg is wrapped right around me, and the ass is being really fucking touched.
You really don't like that at all?
No.
All right.
This is
I was
terrible.
wrong. All right, come on up then.
Terrible.
I feel bad. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I think it was worth a try.
Yeah, it was worth a try. My thing is to just do it every morning until he feels more comfortable with himself.
No.
I'm willing to help him.
Bobby the Champ hanging out with us. Are you going to stay for the show today, Bobby?
Sure,
you got
I'll
somewhere to
hang
go?
out. I got nowhere to go.
The interview's already done?
Interview's done. I have another one next week and some mutual fund.
You sound so excited about your future.
I owe my father to, he paid for my education. I owe it to him to at least, follow what I went to school for, I guess.
Oddly enough, I thought you were like one of those Menendez kids who was going to end up killing their father and trying to live in the big house. Let's break. Ron and Fez Show.
Ronnie. Fezzy. The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Back with the Ron and Fez Show, 866-RON-0-FEZ. That's 866-766-0339. Or you can always email us at ronandfez@AOL.com.
So, still no word on that niece, huh?
No, still no word. My sister-in-law is in bed, waiting for the baby to be born, and I said to be miserable.
Oh, your sister-in-law?
Yeah.
So your brother is straight?
Yes, my brother's straight.
Hold on, I gotta pay Earl $20.
Do not bet 20s on if my family members are gay or straight.
No, this was about a whole totally different thing. I had no idea what you were talking about. I borrowed it from him yesterday.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, completely straight. Now,
Completely?
Yes.
All right. I mean, he's never been with a guy.
Never.
Even a relative.
Right.
Adopted brother?
No, he's not adopted.
Are you adopted?
No, I'm not adopted.
Something's weird about this.
You can tell. Just look at my mother and me. It's the same person. A Florida man went to trial after walking out...
The only real difference is her vagina is smaller than yours.
That is wrong.
Bigger than yours?
No.
Which is it?
I don't have a vagina. That's the wrong part.
Dave says you do.
Why would Dave say I have a vagina?
From laying on top of him.
He loved it. I'm sure there was wood there.
Sure, who wouldn't want a vagina on their back?
A Florida man went to trial after walking out on a restaurant tab. He complained that his seafood pasta dish didn't have enough seafood in it and then refused to pay for it.
And this is the news?
Yeah.
How far did he go with this?
What happened was he ordered the seafood pasta, ate the shrimp and the scallops off the top of it, 5 each, and had some of the pasta, then said, you know what, this isn't really seafood pasta, not enough seafood in it, I'm not paying for this dish. So he walked out on the tab, they told him they were going to call the police, he went home anyway, the police come, he ends up going to trial over this thing, hiring a lawyer.
Let me just, Fez, where do you stand on this one?
I think he's absolutely right. If there's not enough seafood in a seafood dish, then he shouldn't have to pay for it.
And what is the cutoff point for this seafood dish of yours?
Oh, I think you got to have probably a dozen each and something.
Where does this come from? When did the 24 pieces of seafood in a seafood pasta? It's never been set up that way before. And let me tell you something else. This fucking prick orders coffee and a dessert and then leaves without paying.
Oh, yeah, he asked that the dish be taken off of his bill.
But after he ordered coffee and dessert.
So, and then he ended up walking out on the whole tab.
Normally, if you're so furious, you would walk out a hell of a lot sooner before you ate everything but the pasta. The guy doesn't like pasta at all?
I think he likes pasta.
Why didn't he eat it?
Apparently, he said he ate the seafood that was on top and then started fishing around through the pasta for more and found out there was none left in there.
It's seafood pasta, not just seafood. Seafood is in the sauce.
Yeah, but you got to have enough seafood in there.
It's look, let me explain something else to you, Fez. It's quality that you go to a restaurant for, not quantity. You could show up at a place, get a 5-pound steak, and it'll still taste like shit. And that means you don't have any problems?
Oh, no, I wouldn't have a problem with this.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you go to Mario Batali's place, you're going to get very small portions. And they are out of this world. And they're more expensive than what this guy paid. So does that mean that you should get money back at Mario's?
Not if you know what you're getting.
How do you know what you're getting? You're depending upon that restaurant. And if you don't like that restaurant, you don't come back.
If you know that Mario Bertali's going to serve small portions...
How are you supposed to know that?
If you check the menu or whatever.
There's nothing on the menu that says these are much smaller portions than you ever get in a shit fucking diner. In other words, you can get a steak at a diner for $5 that may be the size of your whole plate and it still tastes like garbage.
So this guy ends up hiring a lawyer, going to trial over this, found not guilty by the jury.
The Pinellas County jury. Earl, where are you on this one?
I think it's such a frivolous lawsuit. I mean, you kind of get what you pay for. You know you're in a diner, unless it specifies what the size of the portions are and how many you're going to get.
And when has it ever said, come in and eat, we have 8 fucking shrimp in every pasta? It's a ridiculous thing.
And he sat there and counted them like a dope.
Here's Rico. Rico, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, good afternoon, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy is wrong. If he was worried about his seafood, he should have checked it out before he ate it and then said, hey, I'm not going to pay for it. He shouldn't have eaten the seafood and then just, left without paying for it. That's all I got.
Yeah, I have no idea why you would wait till the end of the night. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, what's up, fellas?
Yeah.
I say, screw the freaking company, man. The customer's always right. I was just in a company eating at a restaurant there, and the menu said a basket full of chicken strips. So, you figure a basket full of chicken strips for $5, you figure you're going to get maybe a half a dozen or so. I get my meal. I got 3 little tiny chicken strips about 3 inches long and about a half of an inch wide, and they tell me they won't take it off my menu.
Can I tell you?
I walked out on them.
Bro, anyone who orders a basket of chicken strips should not be part of this conversation.
Come on.
I can't imagine. I think that you would fucking eat roadkill. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez.
Go ahead, buddy. What can we do for you?
I was just going to say, a cup of noodle soup with shrimp, that could be seafood pasta, right?
It would really depend on the restaurant. There's good restaurants and there's bad restaurants. What I'm trying to say is this, Fez. When you go out to a restaurant, you do not judge your meal on quantity.
I think if you're ordering something like seafood pasta, you would expect seafood in every bite. And that's what he didn't get.
Well, it doesn't say that. And it also would depend on the kind of bites. Sounds like the guy didn't even fucking touch his pasta. So you tell me a plate of pasta, and he got fucking 12 bites, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's a problem for you?
Yeah, I don't think he got enough. I agree with him. He didn't get enough seafood in his seafood pasta.
Based on what?
Based on he got 5 shrimp and 5 scallops.
But where did you ever hear with every plate comes X amount? When have we ever fucking done that? I mean, if you order a 12-ounce steak, that's one thing. But if you go out and order shrimp scampi, does it say you're supposed to get 9 pieces of shrimp? Or 3? Or 40? No, it's going to be your relationship with the restaurant.
Seafood is expensive also. When you get a seafood pasta, you're not going to have 35 shrimp. And
again, it's also going to depend on the quality of the shrimp. You could give somebody 40 fucking spoiled shrimps, and your point of view, Fez, is you're acting like that's better than a place that has quality food.
Well, I wouldn't give them bad shrimp. But
how do you know what the place serves, whether it's good or bad?
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be spoiled.
I'm not saying spoiled. I'm saying quality of food.
Yeah, it's, I would think if
your way of doing it is go out and buy the fucking cheapest shrimp that you can, pile it on the fucking knuckle dragger's plate, and that makes a good meal. Not fucking quality.
The guy thought he was ordering a seafood dish, and he got a mostly pasta dish.
No, it's seafood pasta. That's not a fucking seafood dish. When you get meatballs and pasta, you get 2 meatballs. You expect a fucking meatball in every bite?
I would think you would get enough meatball where you could have some in every bite.
You're going to get 2 fucking meatballs. You know this, right?
Right.
That's not enough for every bite. You're an animal if you expect meat with every bite of fucking pasta.
Now, what part of the menu was it under? Was it under the seafood section or the pasta section?
That I don't know.
I'm sure it's in the pasta section.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If it's a and then it should be mostly the fringe part is the seafood. You're paying for the pasta.
That's what your fucking dish is, and that's why it's coming in. Is the guy ate a fucking full meal with 2 people, $45. Not exactly a fucking top of the line place, and he had coffee and dessert. And this prick wants more fucking seafood? I'd slap the shit out of him. I honestly would. I would fucking go like this. Here's your 45. I'd pay 2 fucking Ecuadorian busboys to meet him at his fucking house and put 2 in the back of his head. I go, by the way, here's the rest of your shrimp. Ping, ping. What town was this in, Fez?
It was in Largo, Florida, outside of Tampa.
Outside of Pinellas Park. Fucking 8 miles from Fez's house. And let me tell you something. Every restaurant down there is dog shit. Every single one of them. Here is Adam. Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Long John Silver's tells you guys how many shrimp pieces they're going to give you.
Absolutely true. Is that where you want to eat the rest of your life, Long John Silver's?
No.
Is that the seafood quality you and Fez are after?
Well, at least you know what you're getting when you go in.
Exactly.
I don't even know what that is.
That's fucking exactly right, Fez. You know exactly what you're getting. Let's suppose this. You're going to a movie, right?
Uh-huh.
Your movie is 45 minutes longer than my movie.
Right.
Does that mean that you saw a better movie than me?
No.
But why wouldn't you want your money back?
Because I got the movie I was paying for.
How do you know you didn't see the movie before? That's what I'm fucking trying to tell you. It's going to be up to the person to say, here's what the dish is. Enjoy this dish. Now, your way of not dealing with that is going, when you get the food, this is not what I expected. I would like something else. I don't know a restaurant in the world that would fucking have a problem with that. I don't know a chef that would act like, oh, this is bullshit. But you don't sit there and eat it, then have coffee and cake, then leave without fucking paying.
He said he's eaten all over the world and that he has run into this before and that he's always been compensated with more seafood.
So this fucker goes around the fucking planet doing this kind of shit.
Yeah, apparently it's happened more than once.
Who's the dick here? I mean, what about with you? How many times have you've eaten a lot of places?
Right.
How many times have you yelled, there's not enough seafood? I don't want you to fucking bring more shrimp in here. That sounds like a glutton to me.
I've never done that.
Here's Doug. Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, it's fucking retards like that create all these stupid-ass warning labels on blow dryers and shit like that. Now they're going to have to start putting warning labels on their damn menus.
Thank you very much. I don't think... Here's the thing that I don't think you understand, Fez. It is quality that you're paying for at restaurants. And I don't know this restaurant. I don't know one from Adam. But believe me when I tell you, when you go to Denny's, you get more food cheaper than when you go to Mario Batali's.
Right.
When I go to Mario Batali's, I would not think to myself, look how small this thing is. I'd be better off at Denny's. Or if I did, I would just fucking eat at Denny's all the time.
Yeah, I just think this was a case of a customer sticking up for himself. Where he didn't think he got what he deserved.
Then why do you have the coffee and cake? He didn't speak up. He refused to pay.
He asked that be taken off his bill.
After having coffee and cake. Apparently his fucking night wasn't ruined.
Right.
And he was sitting there with a broad. Two people, food, drinks, coffee and cake, $40. And this fucking cheap bastard wants money back. He wants money back from his $40.
I think he offered to pay for the chick's entree. He just didn't want to pay for that one.
But he still paid for nothing and left.
Yeah, he didn't pay for anything.
Yeah, because they wouldn't take it off the bill.
Then he goes out of his way to go to court. Waste everybody's time and go to court. And now he feels like he's some great American. And he brings up some shit that he used to be a colonel or something. As if that fucking matters. Oh, well then you should get more shrimp than everyone else. You were a colonel. Brandon, you're on Fez.
Yeah, this is just ridiculous. This should have been handled in-house. I mean, any good manager would have handled this, on the spot. To actually go through the fucking court system, you got to be kidding me. Punching out.
All right, peace out. I mean, at some point, the guy probably, pissed everybody off, started yelling, made a mockery, and it just all got ugly. But you can see how people are. You can honestly see how people are from this story. Wayne, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies, what's up? I'm down with the Watley Posse. And I wanted to know, I hadn't heard the person's name from the article. I wondered if that was in the article, Fez.
The guy's name who didn't want who wanted the money back?
What are you heading for here, Wayne? What's your point?
Oh, well, I was just curious. Was it Tyrone or Jamal or Earl, maybe?
Now, this is what I don't understand. Why does the Watley Posse have to be so racist?
There is no Watley Posse whatsoever. There is Photoshop Mike who tries to push pins and keychains and T-shirts on people.
Let me tell you, I saw a thing that Photoshop Mike did that I thought was unbelievable, and that was the first Dawn bit that we did. It was fucking hysterical. It's on YouTube right now.
Oh, yeah, put to the Family Guy fan animation.
I don't know how you find it. Was that not hysterical?
Oh, yeah, it was.
I got to give it to you guys, Fez. The Watley Posse is on the move right now.
Do not chalk that up to the Watley Posse. I don't want the Watley Posse existing, where there's pictures of my face morphed with Andre the Giant. It's actually insulting.
Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing today, man?
Good.
Hey, this guy had to hire a lawyer and everything, bud.
how much of that cheap ass bowl of pasta actually cost him.
Apparently, he spent over $500 to get his to not have to pay $40. At some point, the guy just sounds like an asshole to me.
Yeah, so it was him on trial for not paying the bill.
And the joy of his peers, first of all, if I'm fucking missing a day of work because this guy will not fucking pay for his meal because he wants more than 10 pieces of seafood and a pasta, I'd be fucking staring daggers through him. I'd finally go like this. Your Honor, we the jury find this guy to be an asshole. An absolute asshole.
They went the other way on him.
Oh.
Not guilty of eating shrimp.
Here's more of the Watley posse. And Fez, tell again where it took place. Don't act like this would have happened everywhere.
In
Largo,
Florida.
Where the fucking early bird special rules. And there's more buffets than you can believe down there. Old people and buffets.
This is Fred from the Watley posse.
Hey, what's up, Fred?
Hey, was there any chicken in that there seafood pasta?
I don't think there was any chicken in it.
Damn, the whole posse be damn pissed now. Shit.
I tell you, Fez, and I ain't gonna bust your balls, but your posse is dragging this show down. They are dragging this show down.
I do not have
Earl,
a posse.
You and I were talking about this yesterday. The posse stuff is in the way.
What were you guys saying?
Completely out of control. Perfectly out of control.
Yeah. Well, you're still staying with the perfect gimmick. I enjoy.
Nothing but perfection for the Bennington crew.
Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
I ordered a pizza.
Yeah.
And it was buffalo chicken pizza, and they charged me $16 for this pizza, and there were 4 pieces of chicken on this pizza.
Well, tell Fez he's starting a class action suit. Richard, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's going on, Ronnie? I got to say I'm glad the restaurants are finally suing. My girlfriend's sister goes out to every meal planning on complaining to get free dessert. And if these restaurants keep placating these people, they're just it's annoying to go out with her.
You know what? It's a very good point. And guess who's paying for this? The rest of us who come into a restaurant with the idea of we're trying to have a nice dining experience. The rest of us have to go and pay more because these people are basically just as bad as Dave, dining and dashing.
He just didn't get what he was hoping for, I guess.
You know what? Why doesn't he hope that a fucking woman comes in there and spreads ego in front of him? You're not going to get that either. I understand completely what you're saying, Fez. You can hope all that you want. The only way to really deal with this is to calmly call the person over and say, this is not the meal that I wanted. Not to wait to the end of the night and ask for it to be taken off your tab. After you've eaten it, and then after you had coffee and cake. It's just fucking rude.
But I thought he had lodged his complaint already.
Well, you didn't read that part of the story to us.
So I thought he had. I'm not sure.
I'm only going by the way you told us. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez. 1946 checking in.
It was a great year.
Hoo-ah! Thank you, my friend. Ron, you got to lay off Bravo, my brother. It's a great restaurant. I'm stuffed every time I leave the place.
Why did you think that I attacked his restaurant?
I didn't think you attacked it. It's just that I didn't think the portions were small, dude. I think the portions were excellent.
The point here is, if you go there, you're going to pay more per proportion than you are in a fucking Denny's.
I know, and
that's the point. And the point is, you're paying for quality. That's what you pay for when you go to a restaurant. Or else you'd say, give me the cheapest steak you have on the fucking menu.
But if something is called seafood, it should probably have enough seafood in it to satisfy you.
10 pieces. It's up to you whether or not that satisfies you or not. Here's Eric. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, buddy.
Hi. The real tragedy, the real victim here is the waiter who makes $2.75 an hour, who has to tip out on the value of that guy's seafood pasta dinner, who gets shit changed and lives in a trailer park. I was a waiter at Fridays. I hate those fuckers. who come in and complain about the guacamole or that they didn't get the kind of dessert they want. Just shut up and eat it and tip me for it.
The truth is, they're at Fridays. What the hell do they expect? What do you expect for a dinner for fucking two with coffee and dessert that's going to run you $40? You're lucky you don't have fucking tomato poisoning, you cheap prick. All right, Dave, come on in here. You were a waiter, right? Come on in here, David. How many people complain?
15%.
15% will, and you worked in a quality restaurant,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What's their biggest bitch?
The biggest bitch would be that it's cold. And then the second biggest bitch would be temperature on the meat. Is it well done? Is it not well? You know, it's undercooked, overcooked.
Right. So, have you ever been in a situation where the people eat their food and then have dessert, have coffee, and then refuse to pay at the end of the night?
Absolutely.
That's happened?
That's absolutely happened to me.
Unbelievable to me.
Where they got this one elderly couple, didn't like anything about the meal, and had everything. They had apps, soup, salad, entrees, and they were like, my meat's overcooked. She didn't have enough, nuts or whatever in her thing, and they refused to pay the entire bill.
You know what? I'm going to agree with this other guy. This is the way people leave the house. And this is this prick down in Largo. He finally got busted at his own fucking game. But this is what they set out to do.
And I guarantee you that this is an older gentleman. I mean, I don't want to say anything, but, it's not about race. It's about
age.
Older people, they fucking think they're entitled to everything. The world's supposed to give them stuff.
Here's what's weird. In Florida, even the younger people act old. People will show up 4:30 in the afternoon down there for a meal. It's the strangest thing you've ever seen in your life. Keith, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I'm a waiter. And this is exactly why we spit in people's food. I've been brought the wrong dish, and you just eat it, you deal with it, and you move on.
And normally, I'll call over and say, this isn't exactly what I wanted. It might be my fucking fault. I ordered it, whatever. If you act like a person, I don't think you're normally going to run into a problem. And for me, if I didn't like the service or the food, I just wouldn't come back to the restaurant. I'm not going to try to stick for fucking small business owner. Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I'm not. What's going on, Ron and Fez?
Yeah.
I'm not normally one to bitch about, food and all that, but there was this one time me and my girlfriend and another couple went to a barbecue restaurant.
Yeah.
And me and the guy who we ordered the same exact order, which was a half rack of ribs. And when they came out, mine had 3 ribs on it and his had 7. Is that like a viable bitch or...
Maybe he got away with something. Maybe by opening up your mouth, the guy should have came over. Wait, he got 2 of your extra ribs. Let me tear it off and put it on there.
Why were they even giving odd number of ribs anyway? 7 and 3? They probably gave 10 ribs and thought the guys were going to split it.
Here's Kyle. Kyle, you're on Ron and Fez.
5 scallops, 5 shrimp. That's plenty, man. If the idiot would have tossed it up instead of leaving it on the top, it would have had seafood in every bite.
I'm going to tell you the truth. If I went to a place and got 10 pieces of seafood with my pasta, I would think that was a hell of a lot. I honestly would.
I don't know. There has to be a lot of pasta in there to...
Maybe you got a giant tub of pasta.
This Kyle is totally right about mixing. I can't stand when people have a nice plate of spaghetti and meatballs and they leave like the meatballs and the sauce on top and their spaghetti is as white as a fucking envelope. The whole point is to chop up the meatballs and then mix, and have a nice almost pink color spaghetti. And this way it's more enjoyable.
You disgust me.
I'm a sous chef on the weekends.
Oh, nice. I had no idea.
I figure if it's my fault, I will remake the dish, no problem.
Right.
But Dave's right with old people. They bitch about everything. Over easy eggs, they're runny. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're supposed to be runny. People don't know what they order most of the time. They think they know what they're getting, but they don't. And then when it comes out, they don't like it. But that's not my fault. They should still have to pay for it.
Now, what kind of restaurant do you work?
It's like New American Cuisine.
Okay, so when you're in there... And again, you're trying to present something to the people, right? Mm-hmm. It may not be the same way they would make the food at home. This is what I don't understand about people. When you go into that restaurant, because normally I try to order a special. When you go into that restaurant, try to have a different experience than you would have at your home. You're not having the same cheap strip that you're buying at the A&P and fucking piling on the top of your pasta box. You filthy prick.
I just can't believe the owner let the guy leave without going after him. Be like, pay your fucking bill.
Apparently, the cops had to get involved, and we went all the way to the court system. All over the fact that he didn't think 10 pieces of seafood was enough.
Yeah, the cops showed up at his door in this one.
Here's Murray. Murray, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Just a little waiter one-on-one. If somebody comes to a table and the first thing out of their mouth is they want coffee or hot tea, you're screwed for the rest of the night. And I worked in a nicer restaurant, and when going through college, I gave a tip back to some people that jipped me on great service. They came in at the end of the night, and the man's old lady wanted to she took the money back from me.
All right, give me the gimmick of anybody who starts, and this is a dinner, right?
Oh, absolutely.
If they ask for coffee first, what's the red flag there for you?
You can bank on you can bank on around 5% tip on that.
This is very interesting. Dave, you're a waiter. Did you ever notice this?
I don't think I have, but now that he's mentioned it, it does make a lot of sense.
Is it something that the elderly would normally do?
Yeah, the elderly with their tea is always their thing, and they sit there and get a small little appetizer or something.
And another thing, if you get maybe a table full of Democrats that all want straws, that's another.
Yeah, all of us will sit here and share this.
It just doesn't. I don't understand why old people don't know how to give tips. I don't know why that generation, like how do we know what tipping is all about if they don't? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they grew up in a time like during depression. They don't have, and they're old, like they're senile.
It's 2006,
and people treat them like shit. They might just be fucking with all of us by saying, like, you know what, I'm going to torture everybody because everyone treats me like an asshole.
But also, here's the thing too: they're probably on a fixed income, where the income got fixed. Prices go up year after year, but they're still on their 1963 retirement fucking deal.
Well, then we have to put the tip in with the in with the bill.
What would be the problem with that? You guys would have to start paying taxes on them, and I know you'd hate that.
You might get gypped. Like, if somebody thought you had good service, they'll fucking... If they give you the 16% or whatever it is, they might want to give you more.
We would put in... You take the risk and you put in the 18%. And I think, ultimately, it would benefit the waiter because...
no one in the country ever tips after that.
Right. And, of course, what you're doing is, for instance, I give 20, and I probably give 25, sometimes 30%. Well, if you put it in at the end... Those big tips would be eliminated.
Right.
You also know how to treat people. Now, if you know someone gives you a big tip, they're a regular customer, you give them that extra little that you can, because I've worked for tips too.
Right.
And the people that you don't like, you treat like you take care of them. Everyone does it.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just nice to know. It just puts a smile on your face when someone goes that extra length to tip you. Now, I find the best tippers are like Italian men in their mid-20s to mid-30s, because that's the perfect range, because they have something to prove, and they think they want to take care of everybody. And that's
they want to be very strong with it, and they want to be treated nice when they go out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you see them coming in the restaurant, you're hoping they're your station.
Exactly. They're great.
First of all, do you see anything but Italians in your fucking neighborhood? I would doubt it.
I think there's a Jewish guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm scared. He's just fucking driving around going, did you hear something? I thought I heard someone behind me. All right, so Fez, you go with... you need 15 pieces of seafood. Anybody agree with Fez, or should the guy just paid his fucking bill?
Pay his bill. Get the hell out.
Pay the bill.
Really? Even Earl? Fez, I want you to rethink this. You fucking just lost out to Earl.
I know.
On a class thing.
And he loves shrimp.
He also doesn't give big tips, though, Earl.
Oh, is that right? You cheap, Earl?
Yeah.
Hell no. Where do you get that?
I've seen it.
Where? Tell me where.
We go to a diner sometimes.
Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I was a waiter for 17 years, and I hear what they're saying as far as, the coffee and tea. The reason that being is because that's a free refill situation. So even in a nicer place, they have to get free refills.
Is that right?
I guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That
I've never ordered coffee till the end of the night with dessert. I've never think of having a coffee up front. It would fucking ruin my appetite.
We have a snack window, and everybody...
And let me ask Dave this, too. Did you notice, a lot of times, black people get, the stigmatism, not the stigmatism, the stigma of being poor tippers. I will judge a person more on how they order their steak. If they order it rare, medium, I don't care if they're black, white, Jews, or whatever, they are going to be better tippers than the people that order it well done.
That's totally true.
And you, Dave, I had to force to go well done.
And
you used to be well done too, right, Fez?
Yeah, I used to be a lot more well done than I am now.
And they would actually bring Fez a different cut of fucking meat, and I'm going, look what you're doing. You're getting shit meat here because you're ordering shoe leather. And I went to the same thing with you. Until I brought up the name Mike Ditka with you, you would not order properly.
Once you brought up Coach Ditka, I did, but actually I did think about that. I thought, it's true. A lesser class of people orders the well done, and I'm acting like a lesser class. I'm acting like an impoverished person, so I have to change.
I don't believe that. I always grew up in a house where everything was well done because my father orders your steaks well done, your hamburgers well done. Now, I went to restaurants and learned, myself how to eat, and I like it more medium. But he's a very good tipper. He has class. He just doesn't want to get any type of bacteria. He's a germ freak where raw hamburgers gives you you get sick from it. Or he used to eat the clams in a half shell and they had that fucking scare with
just
hepatitis.
know that he's getting a worse cut of meat. Tell him that.
He's stubborn anyway.
If somebody orders a well done burger, I'll just forget about it on the grill. I won't even remember it if it's well done. It's well done. Yeah, because it doesn't really matter. It's gonna be burnt if it's burnt.
Yeah, no one's gonna send back a well done, right?
Yeah, you can't ruin it.
This is too well done. I just said well done, and I wanted more shrimp. I want a piece of shrimp for every bite of hamburger. Let me go to Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing today?
Yeah.
I'm general manager of a steakhouse, and as you guys are saying with the cut of meat, how the people want it cooked, definitely will range on the type of personality that they have. But as I don't know who was saying that people in the old days wanted everything done because of bacteria problems, where they're not educated enough to know.
And plus, no rule is ever 100%. Let's face it.
Well, no, because back in the day, you had to cook even like pork. You had to cook pork beyond a point, and now you can actually have it with a slight pink in it, and it'd be okay. But back in the day, if you didn't do pork straight, man,
that is true. When you get pork chops and all now, they'll be pink, and in the old days, they would really, really cook it. Here's Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, Ronnie, just had a quick question. I cannot believe Dave really tips 25 to 30% on a bill. That just blows me away. I live out west. We don't tip nearly like people do back east, but like his bar tab was 40 the other night, and the guy tipped 10 or 12 bucks for pouring drinks. To me, it's like, I mean, if you have a paper boy, do you tip him 25%?
I tip I go crazy tipping everybody. But see, this is like a Northeast thing. And, Bobby brought it up. Then people treat you like they're being taken care of. You go through your life, you try to make the entire life that you have like you're in a beautiful spa. And everybody's being taken care of. Every place should feel like Vegas.
It goes the other way, too, because if you go to a good Irish pub, you tip the bartender correctly, he treats you correctly.
Right.
You go to an upscale club type place and you get a hot woman bartender, you try to take... I try not to go to women bartenders because they don't know how to buy back. They don't... They just...
Right. Yeah. They think it's their tits bouncing around as well. You're paying for.
You want to be treated well by your bartender. That's for me, at least. I over-tip in the beginning, and then the rest of the night, you want anything. They see you across the room, you put your finger up, your fucking drink sitting at the end of the bar.
As well it should be. But out west they tip worse, right?
Mr. Perfect would be the only person I'd give 25% to.
All right, thank you very much. Now, it really does depend on the thing, but in my neighborhood is some of the places now, because there's certain people there, keep an eye out for me if I come in. There's a place I only go to once every 6 weeks. Guy runs at me, puts me in the same table every single time, and he'll go like, I know you like this table. I'm like, this fucking guy is a great, he's running it great. If you're with other people, it makes it look like it's your club, like you want a fucking club.
There's a place downtown that I go, a nice bar, has great seafood, great raw bar. I take every new girl, the first time I take them out, I take them there. The bartender sees me come in. He takes me over to the bar. He goes, I'm going to get your table in the back. He has someone take me to the back. They set 2 drinks on the table, like a martini for me and a Cosmo, because it's usually a girl. And they say, the first drink's on us. Have fun. Do what you got to do. When I go out of there, I hit him with a $50 bill. And he's not even my bartender or waiter half the time. And every time I get treated like I'm a celebrity, and it's good. I don't have a ton of money to do that a lot of different places, but if you set one place to do it, you could look real good.
It's going to be my joint, yeah. And in that way, if you need a restaurant at the end of the night, bop, you got it. I don't give a shit what time it is. They're always holding the table or two. But here's the other thing, Fez. You get into this. People in Florida have a bad reputation for tipping.
Right.
The elderly have a bad reputation for tipping. Black people have a bad reputation for tipping. Canadians, bad reputation for tipping. Who's got the good reputation? You guys have all worked at restaurants.
Italians and half the Jews.
Half the Jews?
One half is atrocious, and one half, they understand what they're getting, and they take care of, who they have to take care of.
I totally agree with him. Italians and some Jews.
Why do you think, why do you think Italians? Because they seem to be number one. And they're the number one guys in Vegas. When the Italians go to Vegas, they love it more than everybody.
Well, one is they want to look. No one wants to look to be cheap, and they want to take care of people. They want to look good, and they want other people to see them look good. So if you take care of it, it's going to be like a whole fucking frenzy around them. They love that. They love the attention. But a lot of the Italians started in jobs that weren't like corporate jobs or weren't professional jobs, and they relied a lot on tipping and bonuses, and they appreciate that. Like of course, like someone who's a waiter is going to tip more, or someone like me, I delivered Chinese food. I made great money. I appreciate tipping. When the nights I used to get tipped great, I used to go out and tip great because it's a courtesy you want to give to someone. Like, it just helps a little bit.
Dave, who do you think?
I think the Irish tip well, especially if
drink well. That's tip the fucking bottle back. We're talking about money.
No, but I think that plays a part in it. If they're having a few cocktails, their wallet expands. That always happens.
Yeah, but in a restaurant, no. Because let's face it, they'll go into a restaurant, they'll order fucking whiskey, they'll forget about the food, later they'll punch somebody and leave. Earl, what about blacks? Why don't blacks tip well?
We don't have the money. That's the bottom line.
That's not always true, though. A lot of wealthy black guys I've seen come in and out of places, and then people go, I got fucking stiff. And I'll see these wearing bling and fucking $500 sneakers.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I've seen the other way around where I know a guy that worked for the first Giuliani administration. He would over-tip.
That's one. I didn't say anything was ever 100%.
Well, I might just be speculating here, like totally, but you figure if a bitter black guy goes into a restaurant where there's a white waiter, a white chef, a white maitre d', a white everything, fuck this white guy, and just do it like that.
Is that it? Fuck the white people?
Oh, Earl.
I don't think it's that. I mean, I think there's a prevailing attitude. It was like, you know what? Why am I paying a guy for something he's getting paid for anyway?
But we're not. We're not getting paid.
That's not fucking true. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's true, but I'm just saying
you're saying if they have any kind of job, that's big to you. What about Floridians? Is there any reason that they tip so bad, Fez? You grew up there.
I have the feeling that it's kind of like it's people that have gone bankrupt or whatever and moved to Florida, that sort of thing.
I don't know why people who would go bankrupt would go to Florida.
But I think it's a little bit more transient population.
No, because the transient, the New Yorkers who moved down there are known for it. It's the southern Floridians that seem to have the reputation as bad tippers.
I think different parts of the country, though, it's a different thing. Up here, it's 20%. But I think in some places, geographical regions, 15% is probably still illegal. Then people will give 13%.
Let me tell you, I was in Florida. You'd be down there, and people are getting up. You could hear change hitting the table. They would fucking throw change as they're walking out. And I'm like, this is the 1990s at the time.
But another thing is, if you have a small bill, if you have a bill under $50, how are you going to leave 15 and 20%? You got to throw in like at least $10 to $15 down.
Make it worth it. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, smokers and drinkers always make the best tippers.
Interesting. Why do you guys think that is? Drinkers because you're out for a night, but why smokers?
Smokers might just get shit on all the time, and if you welcome a smoker, then they have to take care of you.
No kidding.
There's few places left to smoke. In New Jersey, though, there's still some places. What a wonderful state that is.
Yeah, I like any kind of cigar bar. To me, it's the last fucking civilized place left on the planet. Here's Sean. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez, how you doing?
Yeah.
Went to a Dunkin' Donuts the other day. They had a tip jar sitting on a counter. What do you guys think of that? It pisses me the hell off. It's like everywhere I gotta go now, I gotta tip, and I got the order of who tips the best to the worst. Not the stereotype, but Italians come in second. You got the Indians for the worst tip is Italians second. Third would be Irish, and then regular.
Regular.
Black just don't tip.
Well, first of all, Sean, the fact you're in a fucking Dunkin' Donuts and then complaining about a tip jar, enjoy the burbs. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Enjoy Long Island. I have a fucking regular coffee place. I take care of everybody, and I fucking treat it like $1 million. and it's, you know, in my neighborhood. It's not a Dunkin' Donuts where people are going to come in and leave all the time. It's a family place. And it's, you know, it's almost like a fucking second home. It's great.
I think if it's a place you go to frequently, you should tip, because then they're going to have a bad rep on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to have good standing where you go.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
That's what I was. I used to feel awkward in places like you run to a Dunkin' Donuts, grab a coffee, a place like that. But then you say to yourself, like, oh, should I throw a couple bucks in? And you say to yourself, this schmuck is working fucking long hours, getting abused.
Right.
He doesn't want to be there. If you put $2, which means nothing, an hour from now in his jaw, it makes him feel a little bit better.
And here's the thing. Fucking Reagan got famous with his trickle-down bullshit, and then people that vote that way never fucking trickle down. These people are serving you. Treat them well. Don't act like a fucking idiot around them.
What about takeout? Because when we get takeout, I always throw a tip. My girlfriend always gets mad because she's like, they didn't do anything. But I just think it's common courtesy.
Hey, fucking worst.
Put a fucking bag together for you.
Yeah, I always throw a couple bucks. You know?
I actually thought you were talking about delivery. I'm sorry, but
delivery, take care of.
Yeah,
you got to take care of the delivery guy.
But I'll tip takeout as much as I tip delivery.
Like $3-4, whatever.
No, a quarter. That's a Floridian quarter. Here is Jason. Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to get Fezzy's take on gay and lesbian community. Do they tip well?
Gays tip great, because most of the gays have, at one time or another, worked in the service business.
Yeah, if you got a little delivery boy in a hat, they love that shit.
Yeah. But they will always take care of bartenders. And you know what? Gays are like Italians, where they like to dress up and go out all night. Gays and Italians are so... They even use the same colognes. They are so similar. Like, if you didn't know, if you just came here from another thing, you would think gay guys, Italian guys, hey, that guy must be gay. Because they use the same hair products, all their clothes are the best. They're never sloppy.
Shiny suits.
When they go out, they look like $1 million. Oh, we got to take a break. Ron and Fez.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Fez. Hey, Earl, give me a baseball update. What's game time?
8 o'clock tonight, Mets-Cardinals in St. Louis, and series tied 2-2. It's a best-of-3 series now.
What's your prediction?
I still like the Cardinals. Still got to go with the Cardinals. Still got slight edge with pitching.
Do you like the Cardinals or just hate the Mets?
A little bit of both. Cardinals are my second favorite team.
Oh, what are you, 8?
Seriously. I hate when people do that, too, when they rank their teams. Deanna, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I wanted to tell you guys, I used to live in Maryland, and I danced, and then I moved out here to Ventura, and people are very cheap out here. They don't tip at all. They don't tip anyone.
And that's in Cali, huh?
Yeah, I used to make, in Maryland, I made $400 a night. I moved to California, and it was a struggle to make $90.
Even with hand jobs?
I don't give hand jobs.
Oh,
no,
well.
it's not even like that. And
I've got some ideas how you can start and get that tip jar filled back up again.
So I'm not going to do that.
Well,
found the flaw in the business plan.
People out there are having fun. People out here they're weird.
They're just staring at you.
They're just odd.
Yeah.
Very odd. I had to work here for a long time and, build up relationships before I could, back home, it was when you were the new girl, then you make all the money.
Sure.
Out here.
You do that fake thing of, hey, it's her first time dancing. Oh, she's shy on stage.
Just say you're a new girl. Well, out here, when you're a new girl, they don't talk to you. It's just odd. And I wanted to tell Earl that in dancing, that black guys are the worst tippers when it comes to.
Why is that, Earl? Why won't you guys tip better when you're with a dancer?
It's amazing.
We don't pay for the pussy.
No,
Earl,
it's not.
please watch it.
My daughter is black.
Yeah.
And I used to only date black guys. I started dancing. They want to give you $1. They want you to put your.
And that's after you nail them.
They want you to do everything for $1. They want you to. They're so, and it's just amazing.
Rim job for $1? That's fucking crazy.
Well, that's what they want you to do, and I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. Come on. And then they got pockets full of money because they're too worried about buying their shoes and their clothes, I guess.
And you got to go home and feed Letitia. Now, Earl, what's the problem with you guys tipping dancers?
We already paid them. Why should we pay more?
We didn't, though. But
we paid for the dance already. What more do you want?
No, you didn't. They don't. They're sitting at the stage. They're waiting.
They're sitting there watching other guys get a fucking lap dance. That's what I hate. You're getting a lap dance and somebody's looking over the fucking booth like an idiot trying to cop in on it.
He's already paying the child support.
Sure.
We're being economical here.
I wish it's strange.
No.
I mean, I don't care.
All right, Deanna, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Why would you only date black guys before?
When I was younger,
Yeah.
because my mom, it was a thing with my mom, I think. And I was from back east.
But
a lot of the white guys were very immature, and they just were.
Go ahead.
There wasn't any that I liked where I lived.
What did your mom have to do with this, though?
Because my mother dated black guys, and me and her didn't have a very good relationship, but I think I kind of wanted to have something in common with her. Maybe.
Now, did a lot of the black guys that you dated were also dating your mom? Were they sleeping with your mom and then came in your room?
No.
You guys could have taken up knitting or something.
No, but that's...
You know what, Fez?
White people are so scared of black.
Don't use the N-word on this show.
I wanted to tell you, Ron, I love you guys. My boyfriend, I bought him a little cowbell.
Oh,
he hasn't hit me with it yet, but...
Is he a black guy or white guy?
He's a white guy.
Wow, weird for you, huh?
No, it's not weird. It was just... I will date...
Every year she's still getting a pick for Christmas. It's so confusing.
But it's odd. It's not just with the waiters. It's with everyone, every kind of thing. And out here, I think down south there's too many Jewish people go and retire there, and that's why they're so cheap in Florida. We lived down there in West Palm Beach when I was like 13, and my cousin got into a fight with a lady at the grocery store because she was mean to her.
Really?
Yeah.
She ran all the way back to the trailer crying, and what happened?
We didn't live in a trailer.
Well,
she was
hold on,
working
I lost the bet then.
She was working there, and the lady, she was just, I don't know, they go down there to retire, and they don't want to pay for shit.
Why didn't you bring your boyfriend back and get the whole family?
I wasn't with him then. I was only 13. I didn't have a boyfriend then.
Oh, I thought that's when you had the baby.
No, I did not have. You better stop.
I don't know. I don't understand.
I had my daughter very young, but not.
How old?
I was almost. It was right before my 17th birthday.
Now, what age do you want her to start dating blacks?
Who, my daughter?
Yeah.
Just so you have something in common.
Would I want her to? She can date whoever she wants. She tells me that she likes white boys, so.
Oh.
My daughter.
How old is your daughter now?
She is 8.
Great. All right, well, thank you so much, Deanna.
And Fez, good luck on the new baby.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Deanna.
All right, 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. Hector, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
How we doing? Hey, man, she's just going to have to face it. When she's here in Maryland, she was a 10, but now she's just a 2. That's it.
All right, 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez.
The conversion rate there.
Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a strip club owner in Ohio.
You got my own radio show.
And, hey, that's good to hear. And I got to tell you, man, as far as the black guys go, the dancers very rarely even talk to them. They already know. They already know what's going to happen. They go for the older white guys in suits and the young white guys that come in with their friends, because the young white guys that come in with their friends are trying to prove that they got money to throw around.
Right.
Girls at my bar are making,
That's Bobby.
4 hours. They work, they might make, $300. On a Friday, they're making about $600 in 4 hours. You go to New York, you go to California, you go to Vegas. You might have a 10 in Ohio. You go out to those cities, and you might be a 4 or 5. Stay in the smaller cities, you're going to make more money.
Stay in the suburbs.
I don't agree with. I don't agree with that. I went to Ohio. I went to a great strip club. The girls were ridiculous in Columbus. The girls were ridiculous, and you're from New York. They treated you like, oh my God, you're from New York, and they took care of you. But
it's like you had a British accent or something, right? I like when just fucking being yourself gets you over.
Well, no,
I'm not going to lie to you guys. The most attractive dancers I've ever seen were in Florida. I mean, just stunning, scary, sick, twisted little girls.
Oh,
fantastic. All right, thanks. So, what part of Ohio you in, Josh?
Akron.
Yeah. Well, you know, is there a fence built around you? Or you got to stay.
What's that?
They got a fence built around you?
Yeah.
All right. There's a whole big fucking country. They can't keep you there, bro. You drive on. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, what's going on, man?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I was talking about the tipping thing. I'm a server down here in Florida, and these old people, man, they just need to die.
Yeah?
Yeah, they just need to hurry up and die. That's the only way I can put it.
A lot of hate for the elderly in Florida.
Oh, unbelievable.
What part of Florida are you in?
I'm in New Smyrna Beach, right near Daytona. I used to listen to you guys on The Crow.
Oh, thank you very much, bro.
Yeah, and I'm an intern for The Hideout, too.
How the boys doing?
Oh, the boys are doing great. They're living up the life, man. They're awesome dudes.
They're living up the life in what way? What are they up to?
What's going on so golden?
Oh, they got all these hot girlfriends, and they get all these free tickets and all kinds of stuff. I mean, they're awesome dudes, guys.
God bless their hearts. God bless their hideout hearts.
Yes.
Peace.
God bless them. Peace out.
Why aren't they here with us, Fezzy?
I don't know what the problem is there. If I had to pick, I would think El Jefe.
Problem or opportunity? That's the next big question. Is it a problem or is it an opportunity? Jason, you're on Fez.
Hey, what's going on, buddies?
Yeah.
I haul cars for some of the wealthiest people in the United States, mostly athletes, a lot of baseball, football, basketball players. Usually the white guys tip very well. Usually the black guys, just to get an autograph off of them is like pulling teeth.
All right, that's a problem too. Earl actually fucking gives autographs instead of tipping. Earl, tip more. I think it comes down to this. If your father tipped well, you probably tip well. Bobby learned at a young age, tip well. Fez's dad taught him to count the shrimp and scallops before you even pay.
That was when he was in the Air Force.
Bill, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I'm from West. I'm a black guy, and I tip very well.
Hey, I know a girl in California that would love you.
Hey, no, but I'm saying, like, all this stuff going on you're talking about today, this is why I have to tip, like, if my bill is to go to a diner and I get coffee and a donut, I have to tip 100% of my bill just so I can get service again.
Oh, that's an extra $3. Big fucking spender.
But now here's the thing.
I'm just saying, like, no matter where I go, I got to tip, like, 50% or higher just so I can get fast service when I come back in again.
Here's what I would do if I was you, too. I'd always keep wearing the same hat. Because you want the white people to recognize you.
Exactly. I'm kind of like Earl. I wear jeans and a black shirt every day. So people notice who I am. I swear to God.
I'd be wearing a Kaiser fucking helmet everywhere I went. Like, hey, you know me, the brother with the Kaiser helmet. Because white people are really terrible about distinguishing. And I'm going to tell you the truth. We can't even tell each other apart.
That is true.
All right, peace.
Thank you, man.
Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, Ron. Sorry. I just wondered if you've been to the stripper dealer clubs in Montreal. There are some wild women there, and they are very, very good looking.
Well, you know what's really funny that you brought that up? When I said Florida always had the pretty strippers, the headliners would always be down from Canada. Always.
Yeah,
and they were so beautiful. And these broads would come in that wouldn't even be part of the regular club. Like, suddenly it would seem like the club had to shut down. Why this one chick would come out.
Yeah, you can have some wild times there.
I don't know why the Canadian women are so beautiful, but they are.
Good health
Thanks,
care.
Ronnie.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the health care.
They can go to the dentist, the skin doctor, whatever they really need. Foot doctor.
Here's Eric. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, how you doing?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, because I actually deliver pizza, and when I get people that tip really badly, if I have to take their order again, let's say if I have to take 2 or 3 at a time, if they're supposed to be first, I make them third because I put their little sticker on a little black book as like a low tipper. So, so that after a while they realize what takes so long, and then they start tipping better. And as far as me tipping, I usually give about 50 or 60% easily.
Only because you know what it's like out there.
Exactly.
Thanks.
They are keeping records on us.
Ron, you're on Fez.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
I was just going to say that as far as tipping, like waiters and servers goes, I usually just like to think that, they should do a little more to get a better tip.
Like what? Funny dance?
Yeah, It's something along those lines. A lot of people think that, just because they're a waiter, you should tip them 20, 25, 30%.
Well, maybe if you're a waiter, you break out a trumpet. Fucking, soothe the savage beast. Be like Fezzy. He wants his waiter to stand there with a calculator going over his scallops and shrimp to see how much he has.
That's one more bite. Add another $1 or $2.
Dale, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. Hey, I got to say the best tippers you guys are forgetting is Greeks. Greeks are up there in tipping.
They're good tippers?
Yeah, I don't know what it is about them, but they got loot.
Well,
I used to have valet park, and they always tip well. Those and Italians. Jews hardly tip.
They're probably hitting on you.
Well, the Mediterraneans, I guess, are all kind of in the same boat, and the Greeks, a lot of them own restaurants, so I guess, if you own a restaurant, you kind of understand the need for tipping.
Yeah, they all just seem to be more well off, whether they have a big function or something, they laid the cash out.
I know one thing, the best wedding I ever went to in my life was a Greek wedding. I mean, talk about people who know how to fucking just blow the fucking doors off the place. They went insane.
The new girl's a Greek, Ron.
Is that right?
She's a Greek.
Oh, no wonder you're getting anal. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, BAC 2002, boy.
Hey, bro.
Hey, why the fuck do I got to give my change to Dunkin' Donuts? I mean, every one of these dirty Gunga Dins wants fucking money for nothing. I mean, what, you turn around, you get a donut, pour a cup of coffee. The whole world is about, give me a tip, give me a tip. What the fuck? The world needs bitch diggers, too.
Well, why don't you do this? Stay at Dunkin' Donuts, you strap hanger.
Exactly.
No, I'm talking to you. You ham and egger.
He really thought he had won Ron over.
It's almost like a fucking karma thing, where if you fucking tip that, that's why you're going to end up down there counting fucking shrimp. That's where your life is going to take you. You either see the world as a place of abundance or a place of scarcity. And if you see the world as scarce, if you don't think, if you think the money's going to run out, I need to fucking save everything, you'll never have enough money. You'll always be fucking counting out your toilet paper squares and being a nervous wreck. And that's what happens with a lot of these people. That's why even when they hit it big, they still feel broke.
I constantly, especially the toilet paper squares, I count those things. I always wonder how many shits I got left before in that roll.
Is that even what I meant? Oh, was that even where I was going?
You lost me. I am completely lost.
Sorry.
I wasn't going for every... how many shits for a roll? I'm so fucking weirded out by that. Fez, yesterday we ended the show talking about my buddy Johnny Callison that we lost. After the show yesterday, I found out we lost another old buddy of ours, Bob, the Mad Dog Lassiter, passed away. Bob Lassiter was a terrific talk show host in Tampa, Florida. I believe he also worked Miami.
And Chicago.
And I think somewhere like Virginia. I'm guessing Norfolk, but I'm not exactly sure. We worked at different places from the Mad Dog, and then at one point of our career we worked in the same place. And he did kind of a different style of radio than we do on talk radio now. It was the real old school get 'em calling, keep 'em riled up type radio. If you remember that movie that Oliver Stone did, which was called Talk Radio, supposedly Bob Lassiter was one of the people that character was based on. And he was a great talker, really unbelievable monologues. But then at the same time, he would just push people's buttons. He would bring up stuff on the air just to, force people to call him. Because a lot of times in those days, talk radio would be on AM in Florida. We were doing morning radio at the time that we would be listening to him sometimes at nights or in the afternoons. But, the AMs would have a much older listenership. And you could tell on certain nights that he would think that the phones, weren't going enough. And he would just do some rap about we need to get rid of Medicare. And just for no other reason to have these people call and scream at you. It seemed like he was always after emotion from people, whether it was either to get the laugh, to make people cry, to make them angry. He didn't care. His whole point was to just entertain them. And I felt terrible. You know, some time ago we talked about this and told you guys to go to his website. He had a blog set up where he was going through everything that was happening as he was dealing with the end of his life here. And it was just as good as anything I ever saw him do on the radio. He was just a really talented guy.
Yeah, he had bloglassiter.com where he kind of documented what he was going through ever since he got the news from the doctor that he wasn't going to make it past what he was going through. And I spent a lot of last night just going back and redoing that journey with him again.
Yeah.
And he was just a really nice guy.
Well, you know, the beautiful thing for him, like a lot of guys in radio, when we heard, oh, shit, we're going to be working with the Mad Dog, we're like, oh, fuck, we are going to have to take this guy on because he's a prick. In reality, nicest guy in the world would always come in my office, sit, talk, blah, 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 kick shit out. Then later, he would, you know, name one of his interns Fez and fucking scream at him all the time. And again, as we said, it was different generations that we came from, but we really hit it off with the guy, and he was a lot of fun.
He was a blast. He could talk about anything, anything, you know, he could handle on his show, but he loved talking about wrestling with me.
Right.
And when I won the ladies Florida heavyweight championship, that man would bust my balls on and off the air just about every day. When are you going to give that woman a rematch? I couldn't get near him without him demanding that the woman I beat get a rematch.
Just a really talented guy. And one of those guys that, for whatever reason, this happens with a lot of people in radio. After their shift, they just want it to be them and their chick. They do not want a lot of stuff. And this was a guy who really loved his wife as much as anyone I ever met in my life. And I have a tendency, you know, he's talking about Callison yesterday after meeting his wife. I judge people by their chicks all the time because I figure no matter what happens, if there's this really great woman who's sticking with them, there's got to be some kind of redeeming quality to him. And Lester had that, man. He had a relationship with her that was just terrific.
He just loved Muffy, and I mean, and it was simple things too. Yeah. If they got to sit in their yard and look at his bird feeder, or go to their restaurant that they like to go to.
She kind of put up the last blog, and it was that he had found out that the guys at WFLA, which was his old radio station, were working on obituaries, and basically his last thing was, fuck them, I hate phoniness. And if there's one thing I hate, is phoniness. Hysterical. I remember one time, and he was, you know, kind of an older guy than us, we went into his show in the afternoon and smoked a joint with him on the air, and it had them in the first joint that he smoked in many, many years. Right?
Yeah.
And then was doing mornings, he was doing afternoons. So after we smoked a joint, he seemed like he was okay. I started driving him home, and I guess it was creeping up on him. And every once in a while he'd be talking about something, going, where's Ron? Ron coming back? And I was just, he was trying to maintain. But, and I have no idea why I didn't turn back around. Fucking help him through it. I think I was hungry or tired or something. A really great guy. And one of the cool things now, too, is that you can still, because of the internet, you can go back and listen to some of these old shows. I know there's certain websites that have them and all. And definitely the younger guys that are getting into radio should listen to this guy, because nobody could do monologues with him. He was from New Jersey, right on the other side of Philly, from where I grew up. So, you know, we all were into the same sports teams and same TV shows and stuff. And he did this thing that anybody who ever loved baseball, I'd love to have this piece about the first time he went to a big league ballpark. And the fact that being a guy who had black and white TV, he expected to see one thing, but he talked about taking this bus trip by himself when he was like 11 or 12 years old and walking into the old Shibe Park, Connie Mack Stadium, and seeing in the middle, in the inner city, this explosion of color with the infield, what the signs were. This piece that he did must have went on 30, 40 minutes. And anybody who liked baseball was teared up just listening to this story. And, then he would do a break and, come back and want to, overthrow the government. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
One piece, he would take you in one direction, and then the piece was completely the other way.
His Christmas show would do that with you, too. That became like a Bob Lassiter Mad Dog tradition. Him telling his own Christmas story every year. And you would just sit there glued to it. Just the way the man told a story.
Yeah, he was really great. And one of the things about radio, particularly terrestrial radio, is it feels like they stopped taking chances, and this is a guy who didn't necessarily set out to be in radio. He went from what to me, some of the best hosts make are guys who listen to radio. And he used to listen to Neil Rogers and set himself up to, I think I could give that a shot. And it's really kind of sad that we don't see more doors opening for that type of thing. Fez, it's really kind of magic when you get a guy that you can listen to.
Yeah, he was totally like that. And one of the other things about him was he was so intimidating to look at. I mean,
he was a big guy.
He had a voice that was so deep, it sounded like it was coming from the bottom of a well.
Yeah.
And he was so tall, too. Had a scary face, big beard and stuff. He looked like a mad dog coming down the hallway.
Yeah. God, he was hysterical. So...
He just had so much fun on and off the air, too. I mean, he was a really private guy.
Yeah.
He didn't want, he wasn't a big into meeting my listeners or my fans or anything.
Never wanted to.
Never. He was a very private guy. But if you could just catch him in that moment, I had dinner with him and his wife one time. And if you could just catch him in a relaxed moment, he was just such an adorable guy for being such a big, scary giant.
He would actually, too, have his wife say everything in public so people would not hear his voice and then maybe recognize him. He just wanted no part of that thing unless he happened to be on the radio.
He was a guy that really wrapped up the word contentment for me. I mean, he knew what made him happy.
Yeah.
And that's what he wanted. He wanted that house with his wife and that yard and his video equipment, that was his hobby and stuff.
Where did you first hear him, on FLA or PLP?
I think I first heard him on PLP.
I heard him on PLP, too. And I went there, I was doing stand-up at the time, and I went to do somebody else's show who was on there to come in, and it was like some joke contest, and then we would give away tickets to the comedy club. So I'm heading there to this place, and it literally was way down a dirt road and in a trailer. Right?
Yeah.
And just a big stick coming up. And here in the back of my mind, I saw as I'm leaving the show, Lassiter is coming in at the time. And to me, it was like that moment in American Graffiti where Richard Dreyfuss thinks that, Wolfman Jack is one thing. But then you just find out it's just all smoke and mirrors. And they were doing this whole gimmick just out of this little trailer. Well, and that was really a broke dick station that he blew up with. Then he went to FLA, signed a big deal in Chicago, came back to Florida where he did WSUN and back to WFLA again. And again, if you haven't had the chance to listen to him, there's stuff on the internet. And if you have heard him before, you know what Fez and I are talking about, where the guy was really a legend.
He was a great broadcaster, a really private person. There would be days when we worked together at the same station at him. You'd be wondering, where's Lassiter? It's almost time for a show. And you'd look, and he had been sitting out in his car in the parking lot for probably a good hour, just because there was maybe something going on that day where he didn't feel like seeing anybody.
And other times he would just pace, just this slow, quiet pace. And then, once that mic cracked, everybody was getting it. So, and I know you're an atheist, Bob, so if you can't hear us, doesn't matter anyway. But if on the off chance you were wrong about that whole gimmick, thanks a lot, big man.
We appreciate it, Mad Dog.
And the one thing that I remember most about Lassiter, other than the stuff that we talked about, is, he had the deep voice. He was a big guy. But for a guy that was basically from the same Philadelphia area as I was, you would reach over and shake his hand, and they were the softest hands you could ever find. And one thing that guys from our area never thought we were going to end up with was baby skin hands, because everybody went into work in the factories. So if you live a life, my friend, and you end up with baby skin hands, I say it's a life well lived. This one's for Lassiter. This is the way he used to end his show when he would go old school, PLP. Take care.
I was thinking
Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.